Excuse me for a second here. Hang on. I am now officially... Hang on. I am now looking at plane flights to New Orleans. Hold on for a minute. Super Bowl tickets. Okay. I want to make sure we're 55 days away from the Super Bowl. Are you ready? Have you purchased your Super Bowl tickets? Dude, 12-2, 9 days out till Christmas. Now, it's time to go get your Super Bowl tickets. You're 12-2. You're the best team in the league. Go get those tickets. Have you bought them? Holy cow, I can't believe Eagle fans haven't bought their Super Bowl tickets yet. Have you? By the way, I put a poll up over on my X account. Let me see how that bad puppy's. I said, Eagle fans, have you bought your Super Bowl tickets yet? Let me see how this bad puppy's going. Can you imagine Bills and Eagles in the Super Bowl also? Could you imagine the fan bases? Let me see where we are right now here. We're here we are. Oh, look at all the Eagle fans. They're starting to buy their Super Bowl tickets. Super Bowl bound Philadelphia Eagles. How you doing? By the way, we always start the program off with big sales, and first 15 minutes, guys, please do me a favor, hit the like button. You get a chance to spread your show around. Hey, I want to tell you a little secret here, and I just told Xander this. I went and saw my daughter play rugby over the weekend on Saturday, and I had a guy from iHeart come up to me and say, you guys over at JAKIB are killing it. Can we be involved? It's a true story. That's a true story. And I said, excuse me, I have to get back to Sil's on suicide watch? What are you talking about? It's December 16th. Maverick, what the fuck have you won? Admiration and the top seed in the NFL. You've won dick. Doo-doo. Nothing. Big Sills. Hit that like button. You've won nothing. 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 Look at this. Hey, arguably the best team, Jessica? Oh, no, Jessica. You're not getting off that simple, Jessica. Oh, no. We have a mandate. Because now you have officially become the best team in the NFL. Guess what? It's time. That's what you wanted to see. How you doing? Oh, I'm sure the passing has... Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to bury my topics. Hey, I just missed the super, Xander. Can we please, all supers, absolutely go to the top? Absolutely. 49.9 followers, so close to 50K. JAKIB's the best. Let's push that bitch over 50 today. Sills, Josh Allen looks great. Josh Allen has locked up the MVP. The NFL's most valuable player is in Buffalo, New York. How you doing? As predicted by Big Sills. 10 in a row. Woo! That is amazing. We're going to give you our takeaways. We're also going to go by the numbers. All supers go to the top. The first 15 is the open, and the only way we deviate off the open is with Super Chat. So it's the only way we got to go sideways a little bit. Other than that, first 15, please hit that like button. So we will have it by the numbers. Our takeaways, bunch of topics. Eagles getting bounced in the first round to Baker. How about Baker Mayfield? Hey, by the way, The Buccaneers have won 4 in a row, and they've beaten both Detroit and Philly. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, if you're Tampa, you beat the top 2 seeds 10 in a row. Hey, they beat both Detroit and Philly. Impressive win, but I still think Jalen has not reached his ceiling yet. He has no ceiling. There remains room for continued growth. Absolutely not. He is what he is. And we're going to get to all this. Okay? We are. So let me get to my takeaways. We got so much to get to today. Please hit the like button, guys. Here it is right here. Okay? So much. Okay? Look at JoJo. The Bucs are lucky. After they throttled you and they beat Detroit, they're lucky. Okay. Yeah. Too bad they've beaten you twice in a row, the Bucs. And by the way, in convincing fashion. All right. Hey. Let's start this off. 27-13 win by the Philadelphia Eagles over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Please hit the like button. Let's flash back something here. December 18th, a couple days from now, a year ago, you guys were in the midst of a 3-game losing streak. You had just been beaten in that meltdown up in Seattle. And you had just lost 3 games. That team and this team, fast forward, completely different. Completely different team. And I'll tell you why here in a minute. Okay? It was an excellent performance. Holding the ball in the second half for over 24 minutes, including the final 10:30, is huge, especially with Dickerson out in the second half. That was an amazing drive. I mean, Mike Tomlin decided to punt it. They never got the ball back. That's how you beat the fuck out of teams. It was it's your most impressive win, maybe since Buffalo of a year ago. I mean, even more so than the Ravens. That's a well-coached team and a good team that you kicked the shit out of. That I never really thought. I mean, the Najee Harris fumble. Let me go into it. You had the team 17-3 with 2 turnovers, and it never looked close. It never looked like Pittsburgh had the talent to hang with you. Pittsburgh had to do everything to claw and scratch just to hang in that thing, and I think that had a lot to do with Mike Tomlin. Eagles were just better all around. Even with the turnovers, the sacks, it didn't matter. Even with the Steelers, and I said that they would stop Barkley, they did. I mean, 65 yards, stopping them, okay. That's still a decent game. It's not an awful game, but he got nicked up a bit, and the quarterback did take over. Here. I mean, they just look completely like not in the same room with Philadelphia. I think that defense for the Steelers is a damn good defense. That's the best defense you've beaten all year. And, I mean, get this, and you did it convincingly. They did a good job stopping the run, but you still had over 100 some odd yards rushing the football because of the quarterback. Jake Elliott. When we saw Jake Elliott sighting, that was so big to get him on track. And Nick to let him go for those, long kicks, good for him. You're going to need that in the playoffs if you're going to want to go through the tape. You're going to need all 3. Hey, look, you want to win a Super Bowl. You can't win it one-dimensionally. Great defense, not very good offense, no good special. You got to have all of that. You don't have to be spectacular at it, but you got to be good at everything and every single unit. You have to be good offensively. You have to be good defensively. You have to be good in special teams. And that game against the Steelers, they were good. I mean, look, some special teams, what's his name? Cooper DeJean ended up taking a big hit. That was a big-time hitting football game that you went through against the Steelers. That was big boy hitting. I mean, that was absolutely gigantic hitting in that game. Please hit the like button, guys. I mean, they were absolutely some big hits in that ball game. It's good to see Elliott. The passing game for the first time this season had its best game. You know, in week 15, they had their best passing game. Okay? Probably the best passing game they've had in a year and a half. That was the best. Pretty much throughout the year, it's not been great. It's been average at best. Sirianni outcoached Tomlin. No, he didn't. Sirianni had more talent on his football team than Mike Tomlin. It's a fucking stupid comment. There's no place on the planet that Sirianni's a better coach than Mike Tomlin. Stop it. It's a better constructed football team in Philadelphia. It's not a better coach team. It's a more constructed team. For Pittsburgh to even hang in that game like they did, I mean, at the end of the day, they had no right even hanging in that game. Sirianni does not outcoach Mike Tomlin. Plain and simple. Win a Super Bowl, we'll have a different conversation. I thought Kenny Gainwell had a really good game. And Kenny Gainwell, in my opinion, I think he picked up the mail when Saquon Barkley got knocked out pretty much in the second quarter. And I thought Kenny played pretty well. It was a good substitute. Can you sustain that if you lose a guy like that, like Detroit has lost David Montgomery? No, I don't think so, but that was really good to see. It was important. The defense continues to absolutely, it's the best unit on your football team. Your defense is better than your offense. You know why? They've done it all year. That was the best and most complete game. You had offensively all year. The defense has been doing that shit all season long. Dude, they took out Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Who would have thought this? I mean, you could sweep the AFC North and the NFC East. That's fucking insane. That's really great. Jalen Hurts, the best he's looked in over a year and a half, was his best passing game that he's had. Okay? That was the best passing game of the year for him, and it's the best passing game that he's had in over a year and a half. In my estimation, where you went, he's hitting everything in stride. The sacks, I get it. Still something to keep an eye on because, again, he's now at 38. He holds the ball, and I thought even Tom Brady pointed it out. You know, he says, hey, you know, some of these guys are open. He just needs to let it rip. And then when they up-tempoed it, in my opinion, they up-tempoed it. He's better in quick tempo. He's better in quick tempo. When they speed the game up, he's better than when they just sit back and go through cadence. Like you said, took time for them to figure it out. Again, I don't know if he figured it out yet. I haven't seen it at a consistent basis yet for it to be said that it's figured out. You can't fucking make a proclamation like that the passing game is fixed off of 60 minutes. That's not the case here. Look, your defense is the best defense in the NFL because of why? Consistency all year long of playing like that. That's how you make that proclamation. You don't make proclamations off of one game. That's dumb as shit, man. That's not how that works. You don't make proclamations off of 60 minutes of football. I told you the defense better than the offense. Again, I'm glad that you, Flexen, think that the defense was better than the offense. Me and both Vic Fangio said we thought it would take till week 12, but the team has actually played better and got better. So you knew more than me and Vic Fangio. So congratulations to you. Well done. It took AJ and Devontae to get on Jalen Hurts' ass for him to pass them the ball. Even with the loss, Pittsburgh still got a playoff spot. Listen, Pittsburgh has not near the talent that Philadelphia has. And that was completely on display. And everything, even when you had mistakes, sacks, turnovers, it didn't matter. It just didn't matter. Pittsburgh has no skill set people to challenge anybody. I mean, I don't know how they beat Baltimore. I really don't. That defense, I said it in the postgame show, it's the best defense in football. They've made it. It's clear. You know why? Body of work. That's how I give you your kudos. Is your body of work, not 60 minutes of football. Defense wins championships. Live and die by this. I think you win championships by playing defense, and I think you have to run the ball as well. I do. Let's see. So again, I mean, Quinyon Mitchell is having a heck of a season. He really is. I found out something about the dust-up on the sidelines, and I won't tell you who told me, but the dust-up on the sidelines was competitive juices. It's a nothing burger. You know me. I like to make more shit out of things, and I'm a king of it, and I know that I start trash cans on fire, but I would be doing a disservice because I know what happened. You know, when Jalen Carter slapped the Steeler guy in the head, the referees was a clear, maybe it was a makeup because of all the shitty calls they had against the Eagles in that game. Because once again, the NFL officiating was awful in that game, especially most notably towards Philly, and they're at home. By far, Pittsburgh should have got a first down and held the ball, but for whatever reason, whatever, it's human error, Philadelphia ends up getting the ball. So Nick was pissed. And Nick was going to go over and tell Jalen Carter again about his emotions. You know, he's addressed this before in the sidelines. And so, you know, he went over and he wanted to get in his face. And all this came down to was Jalen Carter and Clint Hurt. He was protecting his guy. He had already gotten in his ass, and he didn't want the head coach. Again, I think Clint stepped over his bounds a little bit. If the head coach wants to say something to one of his players, he is the head coach. Okay. But Nick didn't want to make more of a scene on the sidelines. Big Dom got in the way there, and everything was settled. And Clint Hurt has apologized, from what I understand, to the head coach for some of the language that was said back and forth. So it's a nothing burger. Shit like that happens. That's what I was told happened. Okay. And it's been resolved. It's nothing. They're moving forward. Nothing is. Clint's a great coach. Hence the fact that how good you are on defense, especially in your defensive line. Clint's coaching that. Clint's influence on the game plan for Vic Fangio. There's no doubt you got two defensive coordinators on the Philadelphia Eagles this year. Say it with me, Sills. Jalen's elite. No, he's not. Jalen Carter, a.k.a. Mean Joe Green. Look, he's played great. He's absolutely played great this year. He should be the all-pro defensive tackle. So just to put a bow on that, it's competitive juices. It's really a nothing burger. And if Clint Hurts says that, and everyone else in that locker room says that, you take it for what it is at face value. Nobody's going to bullshit or lie about something like that. However, I do believe, I do believe that Clint stepped over the line. If your head coach wants to say some shit to you and a defensive line coach gets in the way of that, I mean, you got to know your place. And I think Clint, having been a D coordinator all those years, again, he's a really strong-willed man. And so is Nick. That's okay. I mean, it's okay. It's of all the drama you had a week ago, that means nothing at the end of the day. So I let it rest. And I don't really think, again, the problem I have is that if some media people look at Jalen Carter and go, there's his character again, that's not anything like that. Okay? He slapped a guy in the helmet. Shit like that happens, dude. It happens. He's a rough player. He's got a nice mean streak to him. Good. Get this. Can I tell you guys something? And I'll move on from this. Wouldn't you rather pull Jalen Carter off the ledge with playing aggressive than pushing him to it? I told Clint Hurt, don't coach that out of him. Keep that in there. I want a fucking nasty guy in there. Okay? I want a nasty guy. I want that guy. I want to coach that guy. Don't coach that out of him. Okay? Don't coach that out of him. I stay elevated. What you don't want to do, though, is do stupid shit in critical situations. And you just want the player to be smart. It's okay, he's still a young guy. There's no reason to double bam him. From the D-line coach, dude, if Clint Hurt, I'm sure Clint Hurt got in his fucking ass. And then Nick's coming over one. There's no reason to pile on that. I agree. It needs to be more consistent. I'm saying I think Kellen finally understands how Jalen's strengths and weaknesses with the passing game is all. We're going to get to all that. I promise you, my friend. It was his best performance in a year and a half. You could see the camera looking at the sidelines the whole game. It's like there was looking for a problem now on the media around with it. Hey, Lord's Grace, it's a nothing burger. It's just, in my opinion, that was a nothing burger on the sideline. And I'm the king of making something out of something. Nothing here to see. By the way, I'm actually glad that I got a player like Jalen Carter that has a nasty streak like that. I want that. Okay? I don't want to have to motivate my player to be mean in a game. I want him to play mean. I want him to play nasty with a veracity like that. That's an asset. Don't coach that out of him. Okay? That's a phenomenal comparison. Dude, that's a phenomenal comparison right there on what you just said. Dude, Ndamukong Suh played his entire career like that. And he was a dominant force in the middle. People were afraid of him. I want guys afraid of your D tackles. That's what you're wanting your guys to play like. Holy shit, not those two dudes. Here those two dudes come. So play it up good. By the way, the next opponent, Washington, knows now you got a guy that plays like that, going to slap the shit out of you. You start doing stupid shit in the middle. Hey, man, that creates an aura and a swagger about your D-line. Fucking embrace that. You're talking to the ultimate guy who was part of some of that shit back in the day with Coach John. Don't build that up. Don't break it down. I don't want Nick going over there fucking that up. That's what Clint Hurt knows. You don't coach that down. Look, I'm not saying you make stupid mistakes, but I want to coach that. Okay? I want to coach that Jalen Carter attitude. I want to see the guy behind me. I want you to have that. Dude, I don't want to beat you. I want to murder you. That's the mentality. Obviously, it's a figurative. It's something that you're not really thinking of doing, but you got to have a mentality like you want to be a murderer out there. Nobody gets away from it. Nobody gets by me without paying a price. That's the kind of shit you want, that tenacity. Okay? Don't look down on that. I know you're going to have media people go, you can't have that. I get the hey, I like it. I like it. I embrace it. I want my defensive tackles to be known for being mean, nasty, aggressive. Don't push me around. Hey, I don't want to be known for, well, he's fundamentally skilled and he's really a good player and he's a heck of a guy. I don't fucking want that. I don't care. What I want is somebody like Jerome that was just a crazy, screaming, mad dog. I want dogs. Yeah, so you want that. Please hit the like button, guys. Lane Johnson had a tough day. TJ Watt was circling around with him like he was a turnstile. Nick got beat up a little bit in that ball game. It was a heck of a battle between the both of them. if I had to give a grade, I'd probably go first half, maybe a little bit more on Lane. The second half, it was TJ, and then TJ got injured. So that was a hell of a battle between those two men, TJ Watt and Lane Johnson. That's as good as it gets when you're talking about one-on-one competition between a guy who's going to the Hall of Fame and another guy who's going to the Hall of Fame. It was fucking great, man. I mean, it got to a point where Lane Johnson was tackling TJ Watt because he was just I don't know how Jalen Hurts held on to the football too. I thought he strip sacked him. I did. I thought he got around that horn, and I thought he was strip sacked. I did. I mean, man, was he just a force out there. And he is as advertised. That guy's the best pass rusher in pro football. Holy shit. Can he play? And you know what, man? I know his brother JJ was great, but I don't know if his brother was better than him. That was a iconic gladiator, Roman Coliseum type battle that you would pay to go watch every week. Both guys are great, high-end football players. Wow. Dude, I kept my eyeballs on that matchup the entire time on how good those two guys were battling like that. What an absolute. Got him on a couple false starts, too. Lane got him, too, man. Don't sit here and think I don't think he got him, too. That's just great. TJ Watt. I think TJ Watt's better than JJ. What a great football player. Two exceptional. That was must-watch television, was watching Lane Johnson and TJ Watt go after each other. Holy shit. By the way, Calcaterra, you got to do a better job when you're over there chip blocking him. You can't give him a shoulder, dude. He's going to destroy your quarterback when you do that shit. You look like Brock Purdy, man. Do a better job. Get the fuck over there and hit that guy. The guy gave him a shoulder block, and he nailed Hurts in the backfield. And you're like, got to be better, son. You're not going to block him with a shoulder push. You're just not. That was a shitty job by him. And why I'm concerned with that is that your quarterback got hit on that play. Okay? Quarterback got hit on that play. Can't let your quarterback get hit like that. Okay? I mean, when you have tight ends like they did with Reddick, and you put a running back on somebody and there's a shitty block, get your quarterback destroyed. Hey, Sills, Gannon had us in the Super Bowl, and we led the league in sacks, and he didn't make it through the tape. Do you trust Vic to make it through? Ace, we're going to get to all of this. I promise you. Okay, I want to get through my takeaways. That Najee fumble was the only thing that was keeping Pittsburgh kind of close. If they go in and score there, they tie the game. I still never felt that, even if they tied it, that they were going to win. You know, I think it was just good coaching that kept them in it. Philadelphia had better talent all across the board in that game yesterday. I mean, they dominated them. Let's take a look at the numbers. I mean, they dominated a really good and well-coached Pittsburgh team. Okay? Here. And this spells it all out, how much they dominate. I'm not sure I've ever seen Pittsburgh dominated like that. That's a great franchise. That is a well-coached franchise. It's been for over 60 years. A well-coached team. It was dismantled. By the way, 27-13, you could probably put another 7 on there. It would have been 34-13. I thought it was great respect that Nick Sirianni had for Mike Tomlin by not jamming that in at the end down there. I don't know. I might have jammed one in on him because you never know if point difference is going to be a problem because all these teams now are bunched in at 12 wins in the NFC. You don't know if they'll go to points scored or if that becomes a metric. You have no idea how this is going to play out yet. I think it favors Philly because I don't really think Philly after Washington, and not that I think Washington will beat you, but after Washington, I think they have the favorable schedule compared to what Detroit and Minnesota has over in the NFC. First downs. This is absolute domination. The Eagles held them to 10 first downs. You held a Steeler team to 10 first downs. That is absolutely insane. And get this. You know why you make these comments like this today? It's December 16th. Last year, you were falling apart. Now, you're holding a team to 10 first downs and a 10-win Steeler team to 10 first downs. Fucking incredible. Here, 3 of 10 on third down. You were 10 of 17. Hurts was spot on. Here's another number. That's just insane. So the Steelers only ran 41. I'm not sure. I can't remember when I've seen 40 plays run. 40 plays. 77. You had the ball 2-1. Here, look at this. Are you telling me that the Philadelphia fucking Eagles had the ball for 40 minutes of a 60-minute ball game? There's no chance of winning. There's just a zero chance of winning. 40 minutes they had of a 60-minute NFL football game. Man, that's rough. By the way, the running attack, I don't know. Didn't seem, you looked down, you went, they ran the ball for 131 yards. Held the Steelers at 56. Total yards. I mean, Pittsburgh had 163 yards in total offense. That is waxing somebody. You took out the whipping board and beat the fuck out of them. Man, what an ass beating. Russell Wilson, 14 of 22, 128, and a touchdown. I mean, you're not beating Philly with that. Hurts, 25 of 32, 290, and 2 touchdowns. It's his best game in a year and a half. And it's clearly his best all-around game. That's his best game since the Super Bowl. I'm good with that. It's his best game since the Super Bowl. The problem is he's only done this one time since the Super Bowl. Okay, it was a great performance. Hasn't played like that all year. We're going to talk about it here. Held Harris, 6 carries, 14 yards. Hurts, 15 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown. So Jalen had 335 total yards in the football game and 3 touchdowns. And was the reason they won that game. Saquon Barkley was not the reason. Calvin Austin, who Pittsburgh has no skilled people. 5 catches, 65 yards, whatever. AJ, 8 catches, 110, and a touchdown. Smith was awesome. Every time you needed a tough catch, there was Devontae. 11 for 109 and 1. And there's Kenny Gainwell. 3 catches for 40. Those 40 yards felt like 140. Every time they needed a big play, there he was. Defensively, you start here. Defensively, Nakobe had 10 tackles, 7 solo. Really a good ball game. Zach Bond, the way that guy plays in space is ridiculous. Seals of Clinton, Nick, okay, after the blow up. Trey, yes. It's friendly fire shit. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's a nothing burger. It really is. Hey, great coaches get on each other all the time like that. That's okay. Dude, I don't have a problem with anything that popped up on the sidelines like that. Actually, get this, man. Those guys want to fucking win. There's nothing wrong with coaches wanting to win and guys protecting their players. Nothing wrong with it. Hey, Carter's got to be smarter. Yes, he does. Checking at the right time, 22 and 23 were hot in September. This D is so physically compared to 23. They got dudes on D this year. The side was the problem. Look, I don't know if the side was the problem or the fact the side was not the problem. The problem was Matt Patricia. He was the problem. And the decision to yank him. He was 10-2 and beat all those great football teams as a coordinator. Hey, you lost to Tampa Bay, man. Okay? You've lost to Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Isn't it funny? You guys are taking out the AFC North and the NFC East, and you have a problem with the NFC South, one of the worst divisions in all of football. Nolan Smith had a great game. First time we've said that. 4-3-1 sack. Josh Sweat is having an absolutely great year. He has rebounded. I'll tell you one of the most important moves Howie Roseman made. You want to hear it? The move not to get rid of him. Two moves that were important. The signing of Barkley and not moving Sweat were enormous. Josh Sweat's having a great year. Okay? A great year he's having. You know, I had forgotten to put my game balls down, so I'm going to do it live on the air here. And I'm not going to go coaches here. I'm just going to go players. If I had to give my number one game ball, this team tackles better in open space and runs to the ball like gang tackles. Absolutely. Sean, it was on display against Pittsburgh. You know how you know you have a good defensive football team? Count how many hats you have around the ball on every play. If your guys outnumber the next guys, okay, if they outnumber the guys, you know you got a gang tackling football team. Okay? All right? Yeah, Sean, we got this. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. And Zach Bond is the king of that in open space. He is really good in open space. If I'm going to give my number one game ball, who would I give it to? Who's the guy that I saw that was the star of that football game on Sunday? I will go Jalen Hurts. You got to understand something about me, okay? No matter if I think a guy has not played well or whatever, if a guy has a great football game, am I supposed to say he didn't? Just to make me sound better? That's not how I work. I've done this for 40 years. It's not how I work. That was Jalen's best game of the year. It's the first game this season I went, he was the reason they won. Okay? Number 2, A.J. Brown. He is, I'm sorry, I disagree with John. I think you could take Justin Jefferson, and I think you could take Jamar Chase. I'll take A.J. I don't know. He's physical. He knows how to block. He's impossible to defend on that slant. He's just impossible to defend. If you can't single cover him. He reminds me of Michael Irvin. It's like, he reminds me of Michael Irvin in the way he plays. So, number 1 game ball goes to Hurts. Number 2, no, he's not Megatron because he doesn't have the speed of Megatron or the speed of Moss. Don't start talking all-time guys. That's not where he is. He's not in that Megatron, Owens, and Jerry Rice. Don't do that because, I mean, that's a long way to go before you're in that room. Okay? That's a long way to go. for a guy that's been really good for 3 years. Rice was great for 20. Looks like Davis is more motivated. Looking at Dean and Carter, Smith playing on fire, playing really well. Sean, thank you. Yes, absolutely, Sean. I completely agree. My number three. My number 3 game ball. I'm going to go Devontae. Tough catches. Absolutely was a ball player out there. Boy, man, they really took apart the secondary of the Steelers. He was really exceptional in that game. He was really exceptional. Number 4, I got to tell you, man, Jordan Mailata continues to play his ass off. What a great football player Jordan Mailata is. He gets the game ball number 4. Exceptional, exceptional, exceptional left tackle game. Again, absolutely was awesome. Number 5, Jalen Carter. Look at who stepped up in this game against the Steelers. Hurts, Brown, Smith, Mailata, Carter. What's the one name we're missing? Barkley. And look how it looked. You dominated them. Last week, you ran the ball for 209, and you couldn't dominate Carolina. Here's my problem. And remember something, folks. Last week, you shit the bed against Carolina, and you look like shit. Now you turn around and show me how good you are against Pittsburgh. Well, who are you? Now you've won 10 in a row. So still, you got to go with the trend, right? You're always talking trends. Right. Right. AJ saying passing is just like the old line saying run the ball. Week to week for 10 weeks, whatever it takes. Okay? Thank you, Keith. Guys, please, all supers go to the top, and please hit the like button. Clint Sills, love this O-line. Steelers ran through us. I'm not sure where the Steelers ran through you. I thought the O-line, well, you had Dickerson in Lane Johnson out a lot of that ball game. Nice to see Q have Slays back more like the whole team. Good to see that as well. I feel we didn't have that last year, a different mentality. Absolutely true. Gainwell gets a game ball. Gainwell, absolutely. That's a great one too. Big Seals, I appreciate your honest take on the Birds on a weekly basis, especially on Jalen, diehard Eagle fan. We got to be honest when needed. You're a legend. Thank you so much, and I appreciate that. Guys, please hit the like button. I give justice due. By the way, that's a great take. Kenny Gainwell. Going to get my game ball number 6. Hurts 1, A.J. Brown 2, Devontae Smith 3, Mailata 4, Carter 5, Gainwell 6. Got to go to Kobe Dean 7. The Kobe gets a game ball. I'm going to go Josh Sweat. He gets a game ball. And I'm going to go Zach Bond. So here's Hurts, Brown, Smith, Mailata, Jalen Carter, Kenny Gainwell, Dean, Sweat, Bond, and if you want, you could drop Slay in there for number 10. All the big money guys played exceptional in that ball game. They were exceptional in that ball game. That's the best win they've had. And remember, here's why this is important for you guys to swallow here. It's December 16th. Okay? You're playing your best ball? Or you had your best game at the back end of a 10-game win streak? Take a look at Kansas City. Look at Detroit. Look at these teams. Not saying you're not nicked up. I mean, you took apart a good football team. Now, they were limited on offense, but they're not limited in coaching. That's a good defense. Personally, I think they're not as talented as the Ravens offensively, but they're a more balanced roster than the Ravens. Okay? Last year, you were falling apart. Now you're kind of trending up and continuing. The defense is insane. Okay? By the way, we're going to do something here in a second. And I've got some mandates. How many people in here believe the Philadelphia Eagles are the best football team in the NFL right now on December 16th? How many people believe you're the best? I think so. As of now, yes. Me. I heard about Montgomery. It's a huge loss. Yes. Okay? Right now, is Barkley shut down if Jalen was throwing? Yes. No question, primo. William, no. Best. We're the best when we win it all. OG Sills. Thank you. I'm with Cue Ball. Okay. Well, let's do this then. Let's do this then. No fucking excuses. This will be the determining factor if you're a great team this year or not. Here's what I am expecting from December 16th moving forward. If you are buying your Super Bowl tickets and you are making that proclamation that you're the best team in football, there's no fucking excuses now. Okay? Here we go. You win the Super Bowl or nothing. Super Bowl or bust. Especially if you're 15-2. Super Bowl or bust. And I don't want to hear anybody in here after or if, I'm not saying you are, or if you get beat when you're 15-2. Well, we had a really good. Fuck that. You're not graded on a bell curve. When we're talking championships, there's no bell curve. Well, we were kind of good. Okay? It's Super Bowl or bust. And I'm holding everybody's feet to the fire, and you hold mine to it. Because I said you couldn't do it. I'm going to hold every human being in here feet to the fire like you hold mine every week. Right? Fair? That's why we do this. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. By the way, let's push this fucking thing with JAKIB over 50 when it comes to our subscribers. Let's go, man. Where are we going here? Come on now. By the way, we're at 50 now. Fantastic. Congratulations, JAKIB. We're now at 50,000 subscribers. Way to go. That's all because of you guys. Thank you very much. Awesome stuff. Make no mistake about it. The Lombardi's ours. Okay, good attitude. There. That's prerequisite number one. Super Bowl or bust. By the way, 256 likes already in the first hour. Let's go. You're a Super Bowl team, right? Act like it. Okay? 15-2, finish up. Number 2. This is what I'm expecting. Okay? Home field advantage. Super Bowl or bust. 15-2. Home field advantage. Right? I agree. Home or away playoff game. This team can make the Super Bowl. Then you got to go against the eraser, Mahomes, who's banged up, by the way, ankle injuries week to week, to go through him to get the trophy. Anthony, if I'm the Eagles, I want him again. I want him. I want to play him. Nothing is a given. No fucking cop-outs. Super Bowl or bust. You're the best team on December 16th. Super Bowl or bust. You want to call yourself the best team? Act like the best fans. Have an attitude about yourselves. Passing game continues to improve. There's no low bar to accept here. You're either winning the Super Bowl or you're not. It's a failure season. If you go 15-2 and you get home field, how many? Let's do this. Did Baltimore have a failure season last year? They won 14 ball games last year. They had home field advantage, and they got beat at home in the AFC title game. What a colossal meltdown that was. Until Kansas City is dethroned, and they're 13-1, we are not the best team. We are one injury away from the season being over, a.k.a. Jalen Hurts. That's everybody in this league, okay? Mahomes is banged up right now. They lose Mahomes. Kansas City, in my opinion, Mahomes, they lose him. They're a 6-win football team. Big Sills in the AFC can who in the AFC can eliminate the Bills? The Bills. Allen's got to show up every week. He's the only thing they have. And by the way, real quick, just to put that in proper perspective on what you're saying, Josh Allen is slam dunk the MVP. He runs through the tape these next 3 weeks. Right now, Josh Allen is going to throw. He had 23 for 230 or 23 of 34 for 362 yards and 2 touchdowns and 68 yards rushing and 4. Last week he had 6 touchdowns. This week he had 4. He had 10 touchdowns in 2 weeks. He's going to throw for 4,200 yards, 31 touchdowns, 103 quarterback rating, and he's going to run for 600 yards and 13 touchdowns. And he's leading the NFL in QBR. And he's 11-3. He had 450 yards of total offense yesterday against the Lions team in Detroit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Lamar, I know it was the shitty Giants, but Lamar's going to throw for 4,400 yards. 41 touchdowns, 120 rating. He's going to run for 900 yards. Incredible. Both those players in what they've done. Right now, Barkley's probably slid down to 3rd, but Allen, Jackson are the 2 guys that will fight this thing out to the end for the MVP award. Okay? Insane. Just insane. Hey, by the way, those are the 2 best players in the game. You're the best team in the game. Who would you rather be? Don't sweat it. You get the best team. Buffalo and Baltimore have the best players. Okay? I'd rather have the best team. I don't give a shit about that. Eagles winning it all. Our defense will hold Allen. Xander, I missed the super chat there. Before Khalil mistaken here. Real winners don't care for silver medals. That's right. Nobody wants participation medals. Nobody wants that. By the way, guys, we're at the top of the hour. Can you give me a total on our likes? Please keep hitting it. We're going to get to another topic here in a second. Xander's going to join us at 3:30. Then we are going to talk with Gary Cobb from Fox 29 in Philadelphia. That'll be at 4:30. By the way, tomorrow Marcus Hayes will be with us, and we will talk with him. That will be at 4:30, I believe. Okay? All right, so we appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. 289, great. We're gonna get to the other topics here in a second. All right, let's do this now. Guys, please hit the like button. 301 likes in the first hour. Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. By the way, one thing you will always get with us here. Your player plays well. Your team plays well. No matter what my fucking take is. It's a chapter in the year. You've won 10 in a row. You've made your claim on defense. You've made your claim on defense. The problem that you get with certain people around the Philadelphia media is this. Well, Kellen Moore sucks here. He's not very good. He's not doing this. And do I think Kellen Moore's improved the passing game? No. Did he improve the passing game on Sunday? Yeah. The player executed. So my question to you is, do you think 60 minutes of football has corrected the passing game? When all year long, it's been one of the worst passing games in football. This was my conversation. And again, John and I are on the same page with this. This is not to dismiss. I just went through a full hour of massive kudos for that great win against Pittsburgh. Okay? Do you think your passing game has been corrected with 60 minutes of football? Yes or no? Do you? You think one game can correct a passing game when you haven't done it all year but once? You've shown no consistency at all year. If they stick with Sunday's recipe, yes. Here's Xander. Not yet, but it's the best step forward yet I've seen from this team this year. Yes. That's kind of what we said the whole first hour. Yes. Dude. Here's my takeaway from this. Okay? Here's my takeaway from it. You have the players and the ability, but can you do it every week? Here's something I want you to get. Look how long it's taken me. It's taken me 14 games to call you the best defense in football. And Vic says the same thing that I do. We echo each other. Okay? We echo one another. We thought it was going to be around week 12, somewhere in there, but we know we're looking at a little bit. And there's no question they've grown quicker. You know, I was making this. Says we need Xander to make the crow. No, I'm not eating any fucking crow. You've won dick on December 16th. You've won nothing. Crow is when you win the Super Bowl, dude. Not when you fucking win a game against Pittsburgh. Act like a champion, guy. Do your job. You don't get victory parades for beating Pittsburgh. You get victory parades down Broad Street when you win in New Orleans. Act like it. These fucking weekly trophies you want are ridiculous and dumb. And inexperienced sports talkers do that. Okay? I mean, you can always tell when you're listening to somebody like over at 97.5 or what have you, talking about this being, and you're like this. Obviously, he hasn't done this very long. Lions still your pick for the Super Bowl? Yeah, I'm going to stick with them. I'm not changing that. Yeah. I mean, until proven otherwise wrong. Yeah. They're making the playoffs. They've already qualified. I mean, look, they're beat up. Absolutely. But I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. Absolutely. Okay? So you believe 60 minutes of football. I don't. Because last week I saw you in an awful football game against Carolina with far lesser talent. Then this week I saw you do. Who are you? Which are you? Which team are you? That team that farted around with Carolina or the team that put that performance up against Pittsburgh? Who are you? Let me say this. Is this roster better than I thought it was? Yes. Guys, please hit the like button. Thank you guys so much, man. David Montgomery confirmed out for the season. Dan Campbell said he's getting surgery. Brutal loss. Brutal loss for the Lions. He was having a sensational year. Now, what they have, though, is they have another back that's gaining 1,500 yards. But when you take that dual threat running back away, you take a dynamic away from that offense for sure. You can't lose talent like that. Losing David Montgomery is probably the equivalent of losing Devontae Smith for the year. Okay, or maybe AJ for the Eagles. That's how big that loss is. And on defense, it would be, when they lost Aiden Hutchinson, it would be like losing Jalen Carter. Okay? They have lost two significant injuries to both sides of the football. Aiden Hutchinson and now David Montgomery. David Montgomery was having a fabulous season. That's a massive loss. And does that knock them down a peg? Hey, usually I do my top 10 teams on Tuesday. There's no doubt. I mean, I'll bury the lead here for Tuesday. Does that drop them below Detroit? No doubt. And after the loss, Allen was spectacular against that defense. He was spectacular. Then again, he's been spectacular all year long. And one of the things we predicted that he would be better without Diggs has happened. He's better. It's spectacular. I mean, you can't lose players like that and think you're still going to be in the. Then again, remember something. You lost him in 17. You lost a left tackle, a linebacker, and a guard, I believe, and a quarterback, and won the Super Bowl. Okay? This is going to come down to Brad Holmes and the kind of depth that they have up there in Detroit on whether or not they can win the war of attrition. Remember I told you? Remember the number one thing that I told you? Guys, please hit the like button. The number one thing I told you, running through the tape right now and being healthy is easily the most important thing right now. Obviously, home field, he's right there with that. Seals, the difference yesterday was crossing patterns and slants over 25-yard throws down the sideline. The quarterback didn't get better. The passing attack fit Seals' skills better. Jalen Hurts thrives on quick decisions. Bob, I am going to disagree with you here, and I usually don't. I think the up-tempo is what made him better yesterday. I think they ran the same passes, and I think they did a lot more just in the fact of what Tom Brady did. Look, you guys may not like Tom Brady as a broadcaster, but Tom Brady laid it out for you on what made Hurts more effective when they kicked up the tempo. You know what he said? Did you hear what he said? He goes, it gives defenses better options at seeing where the pre-snap place to go with the ball is when you go up tempo, because defenses have to make their decisions quicker. It was a brilliant comment. I'm not celebrating, but I just watched Saturday's stream and it was egregious. I'm not a Jalen fanboy, but you were having a blast. How much did analytics play into this game? A ton. Pass the ball. That was one of the weakest parts of the Pittsburgh defense, was the secondary. And I think hey, Bob, I'm not saying you're wrong completely, Bob, but I'm saying when they went up tempo, because if you remember right, when they were not going up tempo, Brady started complaining that he was holding the ball long and he was getting sacked, and Pittsburgh was rallying on defense and getting to him. Kellen Moore, who everybody, even on my network, is saying that, he's not doing the right. He kicked up the tempo. And they sped up the tempo, and the passing game got going again. That's the offensive coordinator doing that. That was the OC doing that. Because when you kick it in the high tempo, you can't make substitutions. Brady's going to get better as a broadcaster, but his brain telling you what to see and look for, Tony Romo has no fucking clue what he's talking about. You're going through the mind of a guy who won 7 Super Bowls and has been to 10 of them. And you're listening to him, and they're asking him why. And the guy asking him, why do you want to go up tempo? Because it tells you where to throw the ball quicker. Because defenses have to make their decisions quicker, which means they have to line up and get to their alignment. It's brilliant. I've never heard a quarterback say that on TV. Well, you want to go up tempo to put these guys in positions because they have to get to their defensive spots quicker. And you know your pre-snap read where it is, and you know where your landmark is right away. And that was key in getting all those passes completed to Devontae and to AJ. It was that when they went up tempo, you're wearing out the defense. You're putting more tempo on them as well. You can't do any substitution. It's really great. It was well thought out. When Pittsburgh started getting some momentum and getting pass rush going, they went like this. They scrapped the 7-step. And they went up tempo. Boom, 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 boom. Brady kept saying it. Get the ball out of his hand. Get the ball out of his hand. He's better when you get the ball out of his hand. Don't let him sit back in the pocket. Get the ball out of his hand. He's better at it. He was right. Brady was telling you what Kellen was going to do 10 minutes before. Got to get that ball out of his hands faster. He's holding on to it. He took his 3rd sack. All of a sudden, they up-tempoed it. And you never saw it again. You never really saw the pressure. Okay, like you saw in the middle of the first, and then you got into the second. When Pittsburgh made it closer, you never saw it after the second quarter again. My opinion. What do you learn playing professional about life? I played in high school and college and learned a lot of life lessons in the pros. What do you learn that you don't learn on other levels. Got to take care of your own business. You got to find your own rhythm and your own routine. You have to take everything. Here was my failure, JB. Okay? You have to take everything you do, no matter what it is. You can't lift your head up and look around and celebrate. You've got to keep your head down. And sometimes you're a miserable human being. In college, I kept my head down the whole time. Grindstone, reading playbooks, watching film, doing all that. The money sometimes blinds you and the fame blinds you, and you look up a few times, and before you know it, play gets by you. So if you really love something good enough, stick to it. Never take days off. Have a passion for it. I mean, why do you think I never take days off? I take days off because I love something. And I've loved broadcasting for 40 years. There was a stretch of 10 years of my radio career I never took a day off. I never took a day off because it's a privilege to talk to you. It's a privilege. It's not a right. I mean, it's a privilege. Okay? Anytime you play pro sports, it's a privilege when you get a paycheck for playing pro sports. My grandfather was a fisherman and a fireman and worked in a cement yard. He was owed nothing. He went to work because he had a passion for his family. And I was afforded the chance to play professional football for 7 years. Not at the NFL. In the NFL and other leagues. But I made over $2 million playing professional sports. It's a privilege. Totally is. It's a privilege doing this. My job is to talk sports to you, and we can have a cool time, take you away from all the misery. Dude, that's what fucking this is about. This is a passion of mine. Pro sports, get this. I'll tell you something else pro sports teaches you. Don't look up too quick, because you look up, someone takes your chair. Gone. You have regrets the rest of your life. What happened to my chair? Next guy took it. Fast as you can take. Fast as it goes, like that. Absolutely. Now, again, here's my overall what's happened here now you're 12-2. I've come to this realization about you. Okay? You're now almost close to graduating. You're almost close to graduating. You're right here. Here is, my wife coaches rugby. And my daughter played in a national championship game last year. And I talked to her coaches over the weekend. They came to see my daughter play. My daughter plays professional rugby now. Coaches came up to me. You know what they said to me? We shit the bed in the national title game, didn't we? And you know what I said to them? Yeah. And he go, what were your takeaways against Stanford and why we lost? I go, that game was over in the first 8 minutes. And he goes, why? I go, you were doing things that you guys never did all year. You see the brass ring and you want to reach out and grab it without doing the things that got you there. And you want to miss steps. Okay? This team has grown this year, especially defensively. Has grown beyond anything. And that's the coaching of Clint Hurt, the linebacker coach, Vic Fangio, all of that has grown unbelievably. Every position has grown. Every single position has grown. That's coaching and player development. Okay? It's coaching and player development. And he goes, well, we don't want to go down that same route. And this is for the Eagles, too, what I'm going to say. Xander's boy, Nick Saban, said something about a month and a half ago that I thought was just essential in coaching. And I told my wife this. And to me, the greatest thing that I've ever seen in my life is what I heard by Nick Saban, what he said about winning championships. Here you are, Eagle fans. You're right here. He said this, when I was at Michigan State, it was all about winning. It was all about, hey, I used to get so excited, and when we fucking failed or lost, I'd get all over the guys' asses, and it just was about winning and losing. This is why Nick says this shit all the time. When you practice your process has nothing to do with winning ball games. Process has everything to do with the championship mentality. You practice hard, you study hard, you watch film, you do all the things that everything in your process that you have a standard set where there is nothing that is not looked at. Your coaches are high energy. The players are high energy. Nothing is not unturned on you're looking at a week-to-week thing. If you practice that process, the results will be there for you. Nick Saban became a better football coach after he got away from looking at this game this weekend is the most important game you can have as a win. No, it's not. John Wooden told me this years ago. I never practiced anything different or said anything different if I was playing against the University of Southern California or if I was playing in a national championship game against Kentucky. I didn't do anything different. We worried about our process. Those are championship football teams. Take care of yourself. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about Kansas City and Detroit. Fuck them. Let them worry about their... Hey, by the way, I know some of you in here are doing this. Hey, well, look at hey, fuck Detroit. Who cares what their injury situation is? Worry about you. Worry about you. Because when you start doing shit like that, oh, we're better than them. Well, you don't know that yet. You won a Super Bowl with backups. It can happen to you too, you getting knocked off. Don't think it can't. You knocked off Brady with backups. Did you not? Did the Philadelphia Eagles knock off Brady and Belichick with backups at key positions? If I were you, I wouldn't be going like, well, Detroit lost it. I'd not hang in there with that one. That's not going to determine whether or not you win a Super Bowl or not. You won in 2017 without Jason Peters and an MVP Super Bowl quarterback or an MVP quarterback. I mean, if I were you, you better use your own history. Don't go into any game going, shit, you walked into Carolina, thought the same shit, and almost got beat by them. Right? Right? Don't fucking look around the league going, well, hey, Detroit's lesser now. They've lost. Hey. If you want to believe anything, go back in your own history in what you did as an Eagles organization by beating Brady with backups. Here's another one for you. So Kevin O'Connell, in my opinion, he's a slam dunk NFL Coach of the Year. I think Minnesota plays tonight, right? I think there's 2 NFL Monday night games tonight. They play the Bears tonight, right? So Kevin O'Connell has taken a backup quarterback and a journeyman quarterback in Sam Darnold, right? They're 11-2. So you mean to tell me after tonight a guy is going to have a journeyman quarterback who was a backup at the beginning of the year, and they drafted a first rounder in J.J. McCarthy to be the starter, and they're going to go 12-2 tonight? They beat the Bears tonight. They're 12-2. That's right. Big picking. You got Minnesota floating under the radar at 12-2. You're going to have 3 teams in the NFC potentially after tonight 12-2. And some are going to go like this. Well, the Eagles are better. Okay. Well, there's a reason we play 60 minutes of football every week. That guy, Kevin O'Connell, has done the best coaching job of any coach this year. He's taking a journeyman backup guy, and you're going to go 12 wins? You know what their win total was at the beginning of the year with the guys in Atlantic City and Vegas? 6. 6. Don't take anything for granted. Worry about your business. That's what champion. Do you really believe that the Eagle coaches and everybody are worried about Detroit or any of them other guys? They're not worried about them fucking guys right now. They don't even know what they're doing. Here, this is what I'd be concerned about right now coming out of this Steeler game. Okay? This is what I'd be concerned about. Continuing the improvement of the passing game. Okay? Is that an anomaly? Because you've only done it one game. Okay? Get this. And here's another guy. Apologize for fucking what? Explain to me what you've won. Apologize for what? What have you won to apologize for? What have you won? Nobody's won anything. Right now, you're fighting to win. Dude, you say this. 12 wins so far? Congratulations. Good job. 12 wins means dick. You won nothing. Last year, Baltimore won 14 games. You know what they did? They went home with nothing. Dude, this is not about winning T-shirts on winning AFC North crowns. This is about winning the parade. Get this. I now have realized, I don't know how many years I've been doing this, but I now realize there's certain people that like to win the day. I like to win the war. Okay? Winning the day, that's great and all. I want to win the war. Winning battles, that's like a heavyweight fighter. Hey, I won round 1 and 2. Funny, you got knocked out in round 3. What happened? Yeah, because I'm looking to win the fight. I get George Foreman's mentality. George was never in a fight looking to win rounds. He was in the fight to knock your ass out and win the fight. You got to pick what you want to be in life. You want to win a round? Or do you want to win the fight? Ask yourself. Okay? Hey, get this. Seals, you're going to lose this war. You doubt the Eagles too much, and it's led to your full disrespect. Dude, if you think that making a mandate that you fucking win it all or nothing, and that's my standard, congratulations if you win the Super Bowl. But right now, you haven't won fucking anything. Nothing. Full disrespect. The football team has gotten better because the offense has farted around all year long. You've had one game offensively where you look like the talent you have assembled. That's underachieving. Okay? That's underachieving. Okay? So again, at the end of the day, we're talking, no, Pittsburgh and now moving forward. All right. By the way, Gary Cobb will be with us at 4:30. Without further ado, hey, by the way, man, that was a really great pre- and post-game show. The halftime show was awesome as well. JAKIB, our pre- and post-game shows are absolutely off the charts. We really appreciate everybody coming aboard. With all that being said, here we are. We got our mandates. Hit that like button. The co-host of Birds 365, it is our friend, Big Z, Xander Kraus.
What's going on, Big Sills?
All good, brother.
How you living, baby?
I'm living. We're living
like
good.
The backwards Kango? Like Mr. Jalen Hurts?
Okay.
You like the Princess Diana Eagles jacket?
I do dig that jacket.
Listen, it's a beautiful day, Big Sills, as JAKIB eclipses 50,000 subs.
Yes, sir. Congratulations, everybody.
10 straight W's.
50.
10 straight W's for the Philadelphia Eagles, the #1 defense in football, and Jalen Hurts can throw the rock. Woo!
So the offensive passing game is fixed in your eyes.
No, it's not fixed. But like I said, that's the best step forward that I've seen yet this season. You showed it there, and they showed the capability. The consistency obviously has to be showed, but that was an exciting performance, man. And I think you said something earlier in the show that really, I don't even know if this was your point, but it was the point I took from it. Barkley wasn't in the top 5 players of the game.
Yeah.
And look at how pretty it looked. And I don't say that as a knock on Barkley, but I say that as when people want a good passing game, this is why they want a good passing game. And it really was showing yesterday, and Jalen Hurts is moving the football. A.J. Brown's involved. Devontae Smith's involved. I got the JAKIB. Listen, look at all this merch I'm giving away.
Dude, I saw I'm going to
These are all the salute to service sweatshirts.
I'm going to repost that.
The hockey sweatshirts with the Eagle logo on them.
That's awesome, man.
And you know what we're doing special today, Big Sills? We're doing this special today, and we're doing it on the fly, and I just decided a second ago. I got, what do I have right here? Now, that's A.J. Brown. This is a Jalen Hurts stitched Kelly Green jersey.
Wow.
And we're going to give that away on the show right here.
Oh, my
right
God.
now at the end of the segment. At the end of the segment. So no Barkley jersey this week. But I'm coming out with Jalen Hurts. Everybody questions Jalen Hurts all fucking week. You know what? And I love how arrogant he's getting in his press conferences.
Oh,
I love it. Because you know what? If you're going to fucking survive, I think it was Seth Joyner who said this. If you're going to survive in this city, you better have a little bit of arrogance to you. You know that old saying, nice guys finish last? Don't be a nice guy. And Jalen Hurts is going up in there telling everybody, including you, Big Sills, including me, shut the fuck up.
I don't think one performance is not shutting me the fuck up. Last week it looked like Dick. Last week it looked like Dick against the Panthers, and now you looked really good this week. I want to see what we do next week against the Washington Commanders. By the way, I'm tweeting out right now. We are giving an Eagles Jalen Hurts. What should I call it?
Jersey. It's a Kelly Green jersey. This is as good as it gets. And you must be a member, everybody. So get your members in. Kev, the creator, becomes a member. So we'll do this at the end of the segment. So I'll do the drawing and we'll pull it.
Yes. Hey, so have you bought your Super Bowl tickets yet?
Well,
it's 55 days. It's 55 days to the Super Bowl.
I have not bought any tickets yet. But let me tell you, I got a job to do, Sills, right? So I made some calls today down to the people who might be able to get us a press credential down there on Radio Row for the Super Bowl. And I started to plant those seeds in to make sure that we could make something happen if that happens. So I haven't bought a ticket, but I'm starting to think that if this team can put these games together on a week-by-week basis consistently, listen, the game of football is more than just about the talent. It's more than about how you play. It's the war of attrition is a massive part of this. Peaking at the right time is a big part of this. And when I look around the NFC right now, I truly believe that the Eagles are in the best position in Week 15. I'm not saying that we're better than everybody else, even though I think we are better than everybody else. I'm not saying that we got a better roster than everybody else, although I think we got a better fucking roster than everybody else. But in Week 15, with Detroit depleting right now, and I hope everybody recovers. I'm not trying to say it from that perspective, but right now, I think the Eagles are in the best position to get through the NFC. You get to the Super Bowl, it's a different conversation, but I really believe that.
You had the best roster in 22 and you didn't win it. A lot of things still have to come to a head here. And here's the difference between a year ago, Xander, December 18th, 23, and right now, December 16th, 24. Last year, you were in the midst of a 3-game losing streak. You came out of the Seattle game, and that whole thing was a nightmare, and things were just completely unraveling. Now, on December 16th, you're playing better football than you ever have played. And you get this, you put your best performance. I put these numbers out there. Like John said yesterday on the postgame, they beat the fucking shit out of a well-coached Steeler team. What I don't like about what I see in the last 2 weeks and the last 120 minutes of football, how could you shit the bed like that and look like that against the Carolina Panthers? You turn around and you put a performance like that up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I want to see. Now, again, you get the benefit of the doubt because you know why? The equity of the 10-game winning streak, you have built that up to where you go, well, the Carolina game was probably more of just a little misstep there. So you give that benefit. And Xander, you made the point about, and I said it before John did, when we were on the post game, I said, I'm willing to say now the Eagles are the best defensive football team in the NFL. And I think it's been week in and week out. Where I differ with a lot of people is that all of a sudden, 60 minutes of football with some people, the passing end. No, you have not put the equity in this year that the defense has put in. The equity, they've gotten better since the bye and incredibly better.
Defense has been consistent. Defense has earned the consistency label.
The defense, in my opinion, Xander, is better than the offensive unit. I don't think that doesn't mean they have more talent than you.
I don't think that's a bad thing either. I mean, I think it's not what you expected,
but I don't think the offense has lived up to their capabilities. The defense does not have the talent.
I think it's been a work in progress. I think if you go back to the offseason, remember, we talked about how long is it going to take with the new coordinators? And this was back in the offseason, it was a talk on both sides. And even on the defense, we said it was going to take till 2025 probably with the young players and all of that. They've obviously gone way above and exceeded that expectation by a long shot. But I think you could say that, but I'm happy where they are right now because I think they've done what they've needed to do to win. And now they're showing, or at least they showed, not consistently yet, but capability wise, that they have the ability to win in multiple ways. And that's a big thing. And that was a big checkbox for me, man. Like I don't think I was either way. I don't think I was a praiser of the offense through the first 14 weeks, but I don't think I was a hater at the end. I think I tried to be as fair as I could. I was concerned. I was concerned that Jalen wasn't going to be able to do it on a whim out of nowhere if we needed to. And I think yesterday he really did a long way in doing that because in a way, Sills, wasn't that on a whim? He had his 3 worst passing weeks of the year, and then he comes out and has his best.
Yeah, combined the yardage that he had, combined the previous 2 games, and how he looked. What I liked about it for Hurts was that Barkley was a non-factor. I mean, he was a non-factor in that ball game. I mean, Hurts's wheels, And really, to some extent, I don't know about you, but that 40 yards receiving by Gainwell, it felt like 140 yards. Every time that guy made a play, it just felt critical. How about the broken field tackles that he had? Getting down and getting those first downs. He must have got 5 first downs yesterday with some of those yards that he got. I thought those were critical yards on keeping the sticks going. By the way, real quick here, I want to reiterate it one more time. I talked to Clint Hurt. It's a nothing burger. And I said this earlier. I'd rather have my defensive tackle playing like that and that nasty and that fucked up and that mean. I know he's got to be smarter. But Xander, I've told you this before. I'd rather pull a guy off the ledge and push him to it. I want my defensive tackles to have a nastiness about them. I want people to fear them. I want people. And so I think Clint stepped over the line a little bit by not allowing Nick to go over and confront his own player. But I get it a little bit but hey, and you know me, man, I like to start a trash can on fire. There's nothing here to this. There's just nothing here to this.
Yeah, I don't care about their coach interaction, but I will say this because I think it's okay. If you want me to tell you that it was a dumb play by Jalen Carter, you can call up the Captain Obvious line and they'll tell you the same fucking thing. I loved it. So I've been watching that replay today. I must have watched it 25. He just stands there and he goes, bam, smacks that motherfucker in the head.
It was a head slap.
Old school head slap. And listen, I know it was dumb. You don't want to do that in the wrong spot, but that was epic. I mean, it was hilarious to watch Jalen Carter do that. So I kind of loved it. I'm not going to lie to you. Pretty good stuff by him, and he backs it up. It's one thing to do that and not be able to back it up. He's unblockable, and I think every offensive line he goes against knows that. So he backs it up in a big way.
All super chats will be read at the very end. You guys have been great. By the way, please hit that like button. We're blowing.
Remember, we got to carve out like 5 or 8 minutes too, so I can do the giveaway. I want to give away the Jalen Hurts jersey to the people.
We will definitely do that here. Xander, look at this. Man, what against Pittsburgh, a gold standard operation. You held them to 10 first downs. And here's the other 2 numbers that just blow me away. You held the Steelers to 41 plays. You had 77, basically 2-1. And you held the ball for 40 of the 60 minutes in the football game. I've never heard that.
Isn't that more credit? Well, obviously, but it's more of a credit to the offense, isn't it? I mean, the way that they were able to sustain drives and stay on the field. If you can hold the ball for 40 minutes, that's a credit to your offense.
Wouldn't you agree that that was a game that was carved out of 22?
I think it was. Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
because
you did see some RPO.
Because of the defense.
Right. The defense was a menace in 22. It was a little different type of defense, though, wasn't it? I mean, they were a big play defense. They got a lot of sacks, but I don't think
they gave a little bit more up on the ground game when it came to like giving up on the ground, right? I mean,
I don't see the 20.
It was 16.
Maybe this is the benefit of the now, but I don't remember the 22 defense being this good in coverage. Like our coverage right now.
We're number 2.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So maybe I'm just kind of clouded a little bit by the now, but I'm really impressed with what this defense has done, man. This is maybe the best defense I've seen in my lifetime.
Wow. Okay. Well, here, let's do this. Milton Williams has played really well this year.
Yeah, he's been lights out.
Jordan Davis, I thought Jordan had a really nice run game this game. I mean, I thought he did well against the run. He didn't have big numbers in there, but I thought, again, it was okay. It was solid. Jalen, I thought he played low. Jalen Carter was just a menace in there. He is getting better and better. Dude, Nolan Smith, that's his best game as a pro.
Yeah. He's really coming along, isn't he, Sills? Becoming a viable player on that
last
defense.
month. Actually, you want to hear something? Since Huff got taken out of the rotation, he's improved.
Yeah,
he's improved.
I agree with that. The loss of Huff might have been a blessing in disguise, honestly.
Yeah, because his reps have been increased, and it just looks to me like, he's getting better here. Nakobe Dean continues to get better. I mean, I'll tell you this. His run gap filling Also, can I tell you the most impressive thing that I'm glad for him? He's healthy. He's hanging in there. I thought health was going to be a problem for him.
Yeah, he was the highest graded player on defense yesterday.
I'm sorry?
He was the highest graded player on defense, Nakobe, yesterday.
I'll tell you something, this Zach Bond guy, man, he fucking is an amazing tackler in space. Man, can he – God, I don't know if I have seen a linebacker. John made the comparison of Derek Brooks like that. And that's a little lofty for me, but Ryan Shazier, who used to play in Pittsburgh, kind of played a lot like that as well. Man, being able to cover running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends with the type of speed and being able to tackle in space like that, my God almighty, this guy was wasted in New Orleans for 5 years. It's absolutely insane how good he is. I mean, dude, I said he'd never make first team All-Pro. I don't know. I
think he's got a good chance. I think the politics of it might get in the way, no?
That's what I'm not saying he's not.
I mean, he's a new guy. I mean,
yeah.
Can you think about that think about that rise though for him as a player? Like if he's in defensive player of the year conference. Last year he was a special teams guy.
You think that's Howie's greatest sign as a defensive general manager? Since he's been GM?
Well, let's see. If he becomes a long-term player here, then I think it has the chance.
If he makes first team All-Pro.
Yeah, but if they let him walk out the door, won't it be hard to judge that as the best signing if it was a one-year player? Now, ultimately, if you win the Super Bowl, then maybe you have that conversation. But if you don't get him, I think they're going to get him locked up long-term. But we say it every week. Every time he steps on the field, he adds another million.
Like I said, and people they're once again not listening to what I said. I said defensive free agent signing. I don't know, man. I mean, this guy just looks insane. Look at all these defensive guys here. Dude, how about this one here? Maybe sometimes the greatest move you make, Xander, is the move that you don't make by not getting rid of Josh Sweat.
Yeah.
Fucking Josh Sweat is going to have 12 sacks this year. That would mean, get this, in the last 3 years, he's going to have 30 sacks. How do you get rid of that?
Yeah, what are they going to – he's a free agent this year? Well, listen,
absolutely.
Are we worried about this right now, though? Are we worried about this right now?
No. Because
I want to get through the season. I think there's good points here where we have to get some people back, but, the defense is playing so damn good right now. They're making it harder on Howie, and that's a good thing for them because they're playing so well. But
if I'm as a player, this is why you hire agents. Let the agent and Howie behind the scenes stick with that. Don't bother me with anything right now. Let me go out and keep increasing my value. As an agent, if you have a good one like Drew Rosenhaus, Drew's not telling you to go out, but Drew will come to you and eventually go like this. Hey, I had a conversation with Howie, and they want to sit down here and start kind of like, submitting some numbers here. And maybe, when you're in your bye week, you take a look at it or some shit like that. I mean, that's how agents, they're not trying to put pressure on you, but they want you to know where you are in the real room with the player here. What I'm doing here is I'm looking at how many people are playing well. Quinyon Mitchell, holy shit. I got to tell you right now, and I'll bury the lead here on this one. I'm going to put him in the lead for the Rookie of the Year.
I think he just actually jumped to the lead.
He's going to get my vote this week.
He jumped in the lead on one of the sports books.
The only problem I have, he has no picks.
Yeah, that's fair. But does that I
no.
Is that worth it? Or is that one of the things that
for me it doesn't, but for a guy in Detroit it might.
For voters it does, right. For voters it might, but I mean, anybody that's watched Quinyon Mitchell, I think would have an honest conversation and say he's probably thinking about what this defense has done and the impact he's had in the turnaround from bottom defense to a top defense in the NFL, the top defense in the NFL. I think Quinyon Mitchell is the home run, but I'm not trying to take away from Jared Verse. I've been really impressed with him. He's clearly a home run pick as well for the Rams, and that Fisk guy is also really good there. So, but I think Quinyon earns it just because of. Now, maybe this is an unfair way to look at it, but does the overall defense help boost them? The overall defense being number one, does that give him an extra boost of you're a part of a unit that became the number one defense in the NFL and you were the you were the best corner on that defense.
Yes, and I would say that if I had to rank the MVPs, by the way, all supers, and we appreciate all the new members. If I had to rank the guys who have played the best this year on that defense, it would be Carter, Bond, Mitchell. Maybe Dean or Slay, Sweat.
So, can I ask you something to interrupt? Are you still a little grumpy from yesterday?
No.
No?
I was
All
not.
right.
I'm never grumpy, and I'll tell you why.
You were so grumpy yesterday.
Hold on. No.
That was the grumpiest I've ever seen Sills.
I know you. You're a prisoner of the moment, and you
Hey,
jump
let me walk
through
everybody
hoops.
through it. I'm the host of the
I gotta say, fucking hoops.
I gotta say, like a 12-second open on the. I couldn't even get my open out. Silio's crying on the post-game show.
Right.
I'm like, this.
You know what I love
grumpy.
so much is
You didn't like my Jalen Hurts Kango.
Every time, every
sick.
single time that John McMullen comes on, he validates every fucking thing that I say. He's with me too. Let's see.
You two
what
are
he does
number
next.
1 and number 2 in the I was wrong column this year.
Wait, I'm not wrong about anything on December 16th, Junior. This guy again, once again.
To make sure you're okay. I thought you were a little distraught yesterday watching this team just continue to dominate.
Distraught.
I'm just checking up on you.
I thank you for your concern, Junior. I appreciate that. For your concern for my health. I love that. All right. Wow. Look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. This guy's taking halfway victory laps already.
Oh no, I'm not taking any victory laps. We got to keep doing it, but we're showing it.
Super Bowl tickets.
We're showing it. You know what? I'll put my money where my mouth is right now. All right. I'll put my money where my mouth is right now.
Okay.
What should we do? What should we do? I'm willing to back up my belief in this team being a Super Bowl team with more than just my words. Okay. Do we want to do another giveaway every Monday on the National Football? Do we want to give away until the Super Bowl and along with the Saquon Barkley jersey giveaways? Do we want to give away? What do we want to do? Do we want to try and send somebody to a Dallas game, to the Giants game? What do we want to do to put my money where my mouth is on this team? I'll buy a jersey and give away a jersey every week on this show.
Look at you.
Right, man. On this show. I will do it.
Look at there's Philadelphia right there. Look at this kid right here. That's Philly right now. This guy is walking around right now like he's Apollo Creed.
You know what? We're doing that. I'm doing a giveaway. Well, Lucius says Super Bowl tickets. That's a tough one, my friend. I don't know if I can swing that as
Super Bowl tickets.
I could.
Super Bowl tickets are $15,000 a pop, Junior. I mean, trust me when I tell you, those things ain't easy to get.
But I will do a
You're
Monday
a mean
giveaway.
one, Mr. Sills.
A giveaway every week on the National Football Show, along with our Saquon Barkley jersey giveaways.
You're a mean one, Mr. Sills.
You are a Grinch. You really are
happy when they lose.
It was the perfect nickname. It was the perfect nickname for you that I gave you, the Grinch. Don't let the Grinch steal Christmas.
Reality. You know what reality is? You have one in Italian, uno gats, which means nothing. Un gats.
Who's the best player or best team in the league right now?
December 16th, your boys are by the way, here's my mandate. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Oh, yes. We now have officially put down a mandate because Xander now says you're the best team in the NFL, and we have all these giveaways we're going to do. So now we have a mandate, and here it is. Super Bowl win or bust. No excuses, or it's a fuck season. You can't go 15-2 and tell me you have a good season and go, oh, well, gee shucks, like John McMullen will tell you.
I'm good with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, with you saying that this is a fucking bust if they don't make it there. Because everybody in this city that watches this team week in and week out knows what this team is capable of and what they should be able to do week in and week out. with this defense, with this talent on offense, with Jalen Hurts playing like he did yesterday, we are the best team in the NFL. And to be quite honest with you, I don't really think it's particularly close. If Jalen Hurts plays like that every week, I don't think there's a team that can stay in the room with us.
Okay, well, the question will be, can he? Because he hasn't.
Buffalo just dropped a 48 burger on Detroit. Detroit, conversely, dropped a 42 burger on them. I haven't seen someone put up more than 20 on the Eagles defense in how long?
Okay, once again, I'm going to have to help this youngster remember his own history of his Philadelphia Eagles. And here, let me give him a history lesson. You had a team of backups beat Tom Brady. I wouldn't be worrying about what Detroit's injury issues are because you lost Jason Peters, you lost a starting linebacker, you lost a starting guard, and you lost an MVP candidate at starting quarterback, and you beat somebody with backups. So to sit there and go, David, but the Montgomery injury and Aiden Hutchinson are enormous, man.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, Xander, you won a Super Bowl against a team that was one of the greatest teams of all time with backups. Backups.
It goes to what you just said, though. You're right. If that team beats us, it's a colossal failure.
Okay. Here's something else. 15-2. Run through the tape, right? You got 3 teams right now that are going to be wedged in after tonight at 12-2.
But let's be clear though, because if we win out, don't you think we'll get it? Now listen, if we win out and the Vikings win out, the Vikings would get it. If Detroit wins out, they get it.
Why do Detroit and Minnesota, if both those teams went out, why do they
have to play each other? They play each other in the last week of the year.
No.
One of them is getting
the Eagles get, if they tie with Minnesota, why don't the Eagles get? Is it something to do with conference play?
Yeah, I forget what the second tiebreaker is. I think it's conference
because
record.
What you're telling me is that the Eagles are in the 3-hole with this. Is that if Detroit wins out, if Detroit wins out, they get it. If Minnesota wins out, they get it.
Yep.
And if the Eagles win out, they get the 2-hole.
Yep. But the flip of that is you're really in the 2-hole because Detroit and Minnesota are going to take care of themselves. One of them is going to take care of the other one. So they play each other in the last game. Now, Minnesota also plays Green Bay. They have Chicago tonight, and then next week I think they have
Detroit.
No, they're the last week of the year.
Oh, they're
Vikings,
okay.
Wow. So the Vikings have.
So last game of the year.
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to have to play, Xander. You're going to have to play if the Eagles. You're going to have to play all 17 weeks because you know why? I think that game is going to come down to home field advantage. Or wait a minute. If those teams continue to win, here's where the Eagles can maybe take that last game off. Because if every team wins to the last game, that's going to come down between Detroit or Minnesota for home field, not you. You have no chance of getting it. You have no chance if both teams win all the way through, right? And the last week of the season is Minnesota, Detroit. That will determine home field. And you have no shot at it.
Well, no, if they tied, we would get it.
Okay. That would be if they tie it. Okay.
Yeah, which is very unlikely.
Correct.
It's very unlikely.
So
but listen,
you'll be in the 2-hole, and you know who you'll probably end up having to play is probably Washington.
Which is, I think, the biggest blessing. Nothing about Washington concerns me, especially in the playoffs. You're talking about and listen, I'm not trying to discredit Washington, but to be fair, I think Washington is maybe the 2021 Eagles right now.
Dude, what I don't want to do is I don't want to see the Bucs. The Bucs have beaten both Detroit and the Eagles this year.
Yeah, well, the Bucs are gonna. Here's the thing about the Bucs. You're
Bucs
not going to see
4 straight.
The Bucs are going to be the 3 seed in the NFC.
Correct.
Because they're going to win the South.
That's right.
So you're not as worried about them in game 1.
Here are the seedings right now. Detroit's 1 right now as of today, December 16th. Philly's 2 at 12-2. The Buccaneers are 3 at 8-6. The Rams are 4 at 8-6. Minnesota's 11-2. Heading in tonight, they're 5th, and they're in the 5-hole. Green Bay is 6 at 10-4, and Washington is 9-5. The opening matches, as of now, it would be Washington, Philly. It would be the Green Bay Packers at the Bucks, and it would be the Rams be Minnesota at the Rams because the Rams would win the West. And Minnesota would be a wild card as of right now. So Minnesota would have to go to Los Angeles to play. Here. No, here.
You should have me now.
I got you now. Hey, and in the AFC, Kansas City right now, they're going to win home field. They're 13-1, even though Mahomes got nicked up in his ankle. Buffalo is second at 11-3. They qualified for the playoffs even in that loss. They're third at 10-4. Houston's fourth at 9-5. Baltimore's fifth because they're in second behind Pittsburgh. In the North, they're 9-5. Denver's in at 9-5, and the Chargers right now are 8-6. It would be Chargers at Buffalo, Denver at Pittsburgh, and it would be Baltimore at Houston. So pretty good. That looks like damn good playoffs this year in the NFL. So again,
I think the Bucs are going to win out too. By the way,
the Bucs are going to win out, and like you said, they're probably going to be cemented in that 3 spot.
And they're gonna end up 11-6. That's a good season for them, man. Losing those 2 receivers.
Hey, they lost 4, then they just won 4.
Yeah.
And Mayfield, get this, man. Mayfield's going to throw for 40 touchdowns this year.
Listen, I like Minnesota. I like Darnold. I get it. They got the Bears, the Seahawks, the Packers, and the Lions. I don't see them winning out on that, brother. I don't see them winning out on that.
The Lions.
The Vikings.
You said the Lions?
No, the Vikings. They have the Bears tonight, then the Seahawks, then the Packers, then the Lions. I do not see them winning out that.
So you think they probably drop either the Packer game or they drop the last game against you? What you want though, Xander? You want them to drop that Packer game and lose. You want them to drop that Packer game and then for them to beat the Lions in the last week, and you finish the tape and you run through the tape.
Yes, because the Lions have Bears, Niners, Vikings. So they can beat the Bears and the Niners. And the Niners, remember, the Niners are going to be like, they don't even give a shit anymore.
No, they're going for playoffs right now.
Yeah.
They're going for the playoffs right now. Absolutely. All right. So here, like I said, here's the mandate. Super Bowl or bust, 15-2, home field advantage, and the passing game continues to improve. Do you really think they silenced people yesterday?
I think they showed you something you haven't seen in a long time. And for many people, it was refreshing to see. And if you're like me, it gives you optimism that the team has it within them to pull that out when they need it. I'm not trying to take away from Saquon Barkley, but I think we all started riding him real high, and we should have been. He was playing unbelievable. But, you brought up something that's incredible. 209 yards last week on the ground, right, versus the Panthers. You couldn't put that team away for shit.
Nope.
You had 120 or 130 yesterday versus the Steelers, and your passing game was that much better. And look at what that game looked like.
It was never close.
It was never close.
The Najee fumble, they were scratching and clawing.
It was never close.
Stay in it. I never went like this in that game at any time. Do you know what, Xander, I was saying? After the first three and outs on defense, I went, they can't hang with this team.
I agree.
They couldn't hang with that team.
And I think that's listen, to your point, did they silence people? They didn't silence Dan Sileo, because can you ever silence Dan Sileo?
No. Well, no, because the defense has.
The defense
has totally won me.
But didn't they show you something yesterday where at least in the back, like when we used to debate this, I would say they can do it, and you would say, well, when have you seen it this year? And I would say, I haven't. Now I've seen it. I know they got it. I know they can do it. Can they do it consistently? That's a different question. But you saw the capability that they can do it, and they did it, by the way. I said it last night on the postgame show. I think who they did it against is impressive as well.
And
you do that against the Panthers, okay.
Yeah, but and the time of month. December 16th. You're now in the championship months now. You're not doing this in October.
Right.
That's what's making it better, because I pointed out December 18th of last year, you were unraveling. So to answer your question, that's what makes it even more frustrating that, okay, so you have the capability of looking like that, but you haven't all year. Okay, that to me is more of a question mark on being able to go like this. Are you consistently going to now be able to step on it? And are you going to continue to do that the remainder of the year? Because let's face it now, the next loss will probably end your season.
I think that's correct. Here's what I'll say, though, about the Panthers, because it's fair to say, who are you or which one you're going to be? But the Panthers game was also as much of an outlier.
It is?
The other way. So that wasn't like, you don't get to 12-2 playing like you did against the Panthers.
No.
So somewhere in the middle is they haven't been what they were against the Steelers.
They get the benefit.
But they weren't what they were every week against the Packers. Or
they get the benefit. They built the equity up.
Exactly.
They've built the equity up. But remember something, like I said, the next time the Philadelphia Eagles lose is going to be a season-ending loss. Okay? And you've got to ask yourself, are you going to be hey, look, you're going to beat the Commanders. You're going to beat the remainder of the teams, unless there's circumstances that cause you not to have to win that last game of the year where it's a non-factor. Okay? You may not play anybody and you may drop that. No one cares because you're going to be in a two-hole no matter what. Now, again, here's something else to think about here. The team in the two-hole right now is you. You're sitting in that two-hole no matter what happens, because the Bucs have 6 wins. Minnesota can't win it because if Detroit wins out, either Detroit or Minnesota. Can you imagine this, Xander? Somebody's going to have a 14-3 record potentially. That's the 5th seed. I mean, you could be 14-3 in the 5th hole, and the 3rd seed Bucs could win 11-6.
That's pretty insane. That's pretty insane.
That tells you a little bit more about the NFC, doesn't it?
NFC's gotten really good, man. NFC's gotten really good. Packers are 10-4 right now, and technically they're slotted in the 6th seed.
So, what do you
11-2 Vikings? Yeah, 11-2 Vikings are the 5 seed. You're right, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. That NFC North is getting 3 teams in easily.
Is that what y'all wanted? Is that what y'all wanted to see?
And listen, the AFC's done. Not done, but it's basically selected at this point.
Yeah.
Because you got the top 4 teams have clinched: the Chiefs, the Bills, the Steelers, and the Texans. And then you have the Ravens, the Broncos, and the Chargers, who are 9-5, 9-5, and 8-6. And then your 3 teams on the bubble are 6-8.
Yeah.
So that conference is basically decided. The Bengals are
still in it.
So let me run this through you, right? Let me run this by you, all right? Chiefs, Bills, Steelers, Texans, Ravens, Broncos, Chargers. That's representing your AFC. Lions, Eagles, Bucks, Rams, Vikings, Packers, Commanders. What's the better conference?
I think Detroit's better than Kansas City.
I think the Eagles are better than them all.
I think Philadelphia. I'm going across the ways here.
Gotcha.
I think Philly is more complete than Buffalo.
Yep. By the way, Josh Allen is insane. Insane.
Dude,
he's insane.
He's just.
If Sills gets a win right now, I know he's down bad, everybody. He's just got a mouthful of crow over there. He doesn't want to admit it yet, but he knows he does.
There's no crow on December 16th, my friends. None.
Yeah, he's not eating any crow on Josh
Zero
Allen.
crow. You won nothing.
Josh Allen is insane.
Insane.
He's insane. But their defense sucks.
Hey, Xander, he's got 10 TDs in 2 weeks.
14-3.
Jesus criminy, man. I mean, hey, the Bucks in Pittsburgh, I don't know, that's a kind of a push to me. Rams in Houston, I might take the Rams in that one.
Yeah, I don't love the Texans this year.
Hey, Minnesota, Baltimore. I'm going to tell you something. That Kevin O'Connell, He's the NFL Coach of the Year, and it's a slam dunk. Who would have ever thought that you'd be potentially tonight 12-2 with a journeyman backup quarterback? You drafted J.J. McCarthy, and here you are at 12-2 with a potential to have home field advantage. Dude, that is one whale of a coaching job in Minnesota by a guy who Sam Darnold was on his fourth team. That's
Can I
insane.
ask you, try and be as objective as you can on this?
Sure.
Does Nick Sirianni deserve to be in the running for Coach of the Year?
No, but he's in the top 5 now.
You don't think he deserves to be in the running? Think about it. The 2-2 start, the switch up of the team, the identity. You have the drama this week. I think, as you said it, this is a big test. This shows you that Nick Sirianni handled adversity better this year than he did last year. You know, I know he's got a more talented roster, but I think Nick has done a really good job this year.
Oh, here, watch this. Let me just take my personal view of the guy out. What happens in that voting is this. You know, Belichick's only won that thing twice. You know how many times Andy Reid's won it? I think he's only won it twice. He's been in the league 22 years. When those coaches don't win that, it goes to the Brian Dabolls and the Kevin Stefanskis, and they do something really weird. They don't go to the most talented rosters ever, unfortunately. Okay? I mean, Nick, dude, if you – here, let me – here, I'll tell you what the NFL does. The NFL sends me trends on where – let me show you where the NFL Coach of the Year and they give us this tool to see where we are when our vote has to be submitted. Here's the candidates right now. And then I move it around because I don't really agree with all of them. But here, Kevin O'Connell's number 1, Dan Campbell's 2, Sean Payton's 3, Dan Quinn's 4th, Mike Tomlin's 5th, Andy Reid is 6th, Sean McDermott's 7th, Todd Bowles is 8th, Nick Sirianni's 9th, Matt LaFleur's 10th. That's where they have your boy. He's in the top 10.
What was he, number 5?
9.
Wow, low.
Well, I mean, look who he's low with.
He's 12-2.
Okay, well, look, he's down there. McDermott's 8th. Reid is 7th. Reid is 13-1. I mean,
they hate Nick Sirianni. The media hates Nick Sirianni.
No, the media loves Nick Sirianni. I love this guy is a content king. Are you fucking kidding?
Wait, check out this jacket, yo. Do you see this freaking thing? This thing is freaking sick.
Look at that. That thing is nice, man.
Look
Princess
at that,
Di
dude.
jacket.
Huh?
That thing's dope, man.
Yeah, dude. This is fresh as hell.
Yeah, that thing is great. Let's do the super chats, and we'll give to Jalen Hurts. I want to double check.
Gotta get the jersey away to the people.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, Dad, shut up.
Xander's doing a great dude. What a great.
All right, Jalen Hurts jersey time. Are you a member? Is everybody a member? If you're not a member, you ain't winning. And by the way, here's the one caveat with today's giveaway. And this is what we're going to do. And I'm doing it, by the way. I'm doing what I said. We're giving away a jersey on your program, Big Sills.
Oh, I'm going to promote the fuck out of this now.
Every single week.
You
don't need a yards quota. We don't need anything to be met. Eagles could lose the next 3. We're giving away a jersey every week.
Okay. Xander is now trying to make the – all right. He's going to give you guys, because of my Grinchness,
yes,
a jersey.
Shit talking has earned the great people of JAKIB a jersey a week.
Okay. So
this is along with our Saquon jersey, by the way. If Saquon goes over 125, we give away a second jersey. That's
Marcus Hayes is on tomorrow too, by the way.
Oh, great. And then we're going to do Xander Christmas, which is going to be at JAKIB Christmas, which is just going to be, it's going to be electric. I mean, I got
So do you want to do the jersey giveaway? Do you want to do the jersey giveaway or the super chats first?
Let's do the super chats. We'll give people a chance to get their memberships in. And then we'll do the drawing. I got to download the member list, get the new member list, because I think we added almost 10 members today. JB, thank you, JB. NS Wells, Big Trag, thank you, Big Trag. Eagletron's in here, Real Zeal, James M, NJ Fishing, Wilfredo, Dylan Canepa, Mike, and Kev the Creator. Really cool, man. Thanks all you guys for becoming a member today. And No Limit. Big thanks to No Limit as well. So That's a lot of new members. And
I'll worry about. I'll do some of this eventually. I'm not a real big signing guy, but we'll do something like that.
You got a shitty signature? Is that what happened? I don't have a good signature.
No. I just don't pass out signatures like that because Big Sills, it's.
Yeah, shout out to Joe Whitt, by the way, who put me onto the jacket. I didn't even know it existed, and he sent me a picture of his in the mail, and I immediately called the people that I know, and I'm like, I need one of these jackets. So I got.
That thing looks fucking fresh.
Well, listen, I got it in large and I got an extra large, which will be given away at JAKIB Christmas. So this, I'm not going to lie to everybody. I love all of our great viewers.
Yeah, you had to get one for you.
This is going to be hard to give away this large, but I think I'm going to do it. It's still got the tag. I got it today. So I literally put it on for 10 minutes right before I came on the show. But,
by the way, I'm going to have to relent and fucking tell you look kind of dope with the sunglasses on.
I mean, there's no better merch in the NFL than the Eagles.
Hey, when you did the sunglasses. No, when you did the sunglasses and you did the sunglasses and you're doing a victory fucking.
Hey, you were grumpy. You were still grumpy. I came on with the Jalen Hurts Kango and you were grumpy as hell. Look at this.
I didn't want to recognize it because he's shit talking to me again.
Oh, great stuff. All right.
By the way, do we not have a fun time? Do we not have a fun time on that fucking post-game show? That post-game
we have a great time every time.
It's so much better than a year ago, man. It's
a lot of fun, man. We're having a lot of fun doing this. I think the people that know what we're about love it. There's people who are like, oh, why is Sileo on your network? I'm like, God, we're having a great sports talk. That's the point. We're having fun. We're talking about sports. We have different opinions. I love it. I love the way we're set up right now. It's awesome. So let's read a couple supers and get your memberships in, everybody. Dave,
thank you guys so much. By the way, going over 50, man.
Yeah, awesome, man.
Awesome stuff, man. You guys have growing since the beginning here. I don't know, Xander, when we first started this, man, it was like 4,000 or something like that. And now look at where we are. And the thing continues to grow. Hey, by the way, I told it, it's a true story. I was at Phoenix. People from the iHeart came over to me and they went like this. Hey, man, we know what you guys are doing.
This is that nice stitched jersey.
Who is that? Is that Stiff Hurts?
No, that's Stiff. 25 of 32 for 290 and 2 tutties. Stiff.
That's
Who
Stiff.
The fuck you calling Stiff?
It only took him 15 freaking weeks to do it. Shit. Hey, just in the nick of time, kid. Holy cow.
And yes, for those asking, this is my dad's Kango. People that know my dad know my dad's a big Kango. I called him this morning and I'm like, hey, listen. I'm thinking of going on Sileo's show and messing with him a little bit today. I saw Jalen rocking the Kango on the press conference.
What you wanted to see?
So I met up with my pops and I got the Kango today. I'm ready to rumble with the Kango.
Is that what you wanted to see? What an arrogant son of a! I don't know. Man.
You're just grumpy, dude. Listen, must have got 100 comments on Sills. He's grumpy. He's grumpy. I'm like, you're grumpy. You couldn't even be. You were so grumpy. You couldn't even let me do my 28-second open on the post. It wasn't 3 minutes. 28 seconds.
No, because I know how you jump off a cliff, like a cliff diver.
Woo! Big C checks in. Big C says we gotta go. Gary Cobb's coming up, and I gotta do this giveaway. Big C says, Sills, I need an auto pic of you posting the one the other day on Instagram in your Miami uniform. I don't know what he's talking about. No Limit says Xander had to flex the Princess Diana. It is pretty dope jacket, I got to be honest. It's a little warm. I'm getting hot in here, everybody. Deep Fried says, can we get Randall on as a guest? That'd be pretty cool. You got that
Cunningham?
connection? Yeah.
Cunningham? You guys want to get Randall on?
I would assume.
Know. I'll get Randall on.
If you can get Randall, I'll be sick. Yeah, No Limit says, any thoughts on the Commanders? No Limit says, any thoughts on the Commanders? JD and ML healthy. I think Jane Daniels and Marshawn Lattimore. I'm not afraid of them at all. Nothing about that team concerns me. In fact, they're my preferred round one opponent.
Listen to this guy. Not afraid of anybody. But anybody.
No, I just like Vic Fangio versus a rookie quarterback in the playoffs. I don't think he's going to be ready to go up against that. I think
Jaden Daniels played better against the Eagles than what Russell Wilson did. Now, he was limited. He don't have a Terry McLaurin on that side of the ball either, though. I mean, he was throwing at Calvin Schiraldi. or somebody. I don't know who the fuck he was throwing to.
Harv says, I would have never guessed going into the season that the Eagles would sweep the AFC North. I never expected that. That is impressive.
Potentially the NFC East.
Yeah, that's true. Well, 3 games left. They're not there yet.
Like I said, Xander, how about this one? And the toughest division for you was the NFC South.
Yeah, right. The Bucs and the Falcons. Harv, oh yeah, I got that one. Abe says, Xander out here looking like the white Jalen Hurts. The Kango, baby. The backwards Kango. I love it. NJ Fishing checks in. Xander and Sills, what size hoodie? I'll email you, Z. Hook you guys both up with an NJ Fishing Maniac hoodie or t-shirt. Love it, man. Love the show. And always have Big Sills and Z with the W. Birds, Bills, Super Bowl. How you doing? I love it, NJ. That's pretty cool, dude.
Can you imagine that fan base with Bills and Eagles?
Wait, think about this. Where's the Super Bowl this year? On Bourbon Street? Yeah. Oh my God. Eagle fans and Buffalo fans take Bourbon Street. That will be a sight to be had, everybody.
Absolutely it will.
Flexen says, to be the man, you have to beat the man, Z. That's true. That's true. That's true. You got to beat the man. Chiefs are still there. Sig Lord says, you really are a heel. Talking about Big Sills. No, hi. Xander and Sills should make small bets with each other each week since everyone loves Sills eating crow. Sills is going to eat the crow every week, no matter what.
Big Sills doesn't eat crow on December.
Look at Herman. See, Herman's onto it. Herman's got the right idea. He says, keep hustling them, Sills. More merch for us. Every time Sileo makes a stupid take, we're giving away a Jalen Hurts.
There's no such thing as stupid takes on December 16th, Junior.
Grinch Sileo, how you doing?
You're a mean one, Big Sills.
Sills is not being a D-head today, and Xander is dressed like a stud. What the hell is going on here?
I know. It's like I know. We're like in Zululand.
Yeah, you were objective today. You were good open today on the show. Johnny Cage says, shout out my guy Z with the super drip today. Harv, Georgia, we'll do the super chats now, and then we'll do giveaway right after Gary. I'll get the list ready, and then I'll come back up after Gary.
Yeah, we'll come back on. We'll do the Jalen Hurts jersey giveaway after Gary.
Okay, cool. What Big Fish says, what's up, Dan and Xander? Where's the goalpost at today? Who knows, man?
Goalpost is 12-2, Junior.
Sileo was pile driving that goalpost all night. He was driving that thing all across the states.
No, you're doing things that are much needed here.
Prince checks in. Examine how the defense has performed against elite quarterbacks this season. By the way, they are still primarily targeting the right side. Q is a dog. He's right about that, man. They're going at.
I can't wait to hear Gary's take on the defense.
Because, Quinyon Mitchell's been insane.
They annihilated that Steeler team yesterday.
Wait, how about the Rook too?
Yeah,
he's a quiet dude. Somebody put their hands on Slay. He comes in swinging, ready to throw hands with a 350.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. I'm all good with that there too.
I'm good with that too. You better believe I am. Nosty Beat says, hey, if he's going to be a one-read quarterback, it certainly helps when he drops back and hits the read on time and accurately. Don't force the big play. Let your playmakers create them with yak. He's taking a subtle shot there at Jalen, which I don't agree with, because Jalen was getting through his reads yesterday better than I've seen him all year. Well, that one completion, I think it was 3rd and 14 or 2nd and 14.
Xander.
That was a big completion.
Game. Again, it's one ball game, okay? It's one ball game here. That doesn't fix the issues yet. Consistency fixes the issues, all right?
I get it. Hey, 2 more super chats and we'll get to Gary.
Okay, 2 more super chats and we'll get to Gary here.
Sills the professional goalpost mover. Nah, Sills, I'm with you. It's Super Bowl or bust now. You're correct with that take, sir. And then he says, hell yeah, Z, member of JAKIB or member of National Football Show. Jacob's good, brother. All right, man, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you. We'll do the giveaway right after G Cobb, all right?
Absolutely. I want to do this before we go to Gary Cobb here. Don't forget here, too, our great friends at BetUS. Guys, we've teamed up with our friends here at BetUS for the YouTube 150. Right now, you get the YouTube 150 sign-up bonuses up to $2K. You guys get an opportunity at 2nd and 3rd. And if you're crypto, that's 200% up to $2K. And your sign-up bonuses, betus.com.pa. That's betus.com.pa. Fastest payouts in the business. 24/7 personalized service, 365 days of the year. Live wagering on all major games. betus.com.pa. That's betus.com.pa. Let's get to our friend Gary Cobb, because I'll tell you something right now. I mean, that's the best win that they've had all year, is it not, Gary Cobb, against a Steeler team like that? I mean, well coached, holding that team. They had the ball for almost 40 minutes, Gary, versus 20 minutes of a football game, which is insane. Just some of your takeaways.
Well, I think that you make that point. That's an excellent point, that really they did a great job. You got to give coaching a lot of credit, the way that they were able to manage the game, and they were able to, they came out and, Jordan Mailata talked about how they were going to start the game throwing the ball. And everybody knew that. They came out and they were on the money with the passing game, which really gives this team a shot in the arm. And when teams are going to look at the Eagles, they see that running game with Saquon, they see that passing game. This really puts a defense really in a tough situation, because they got to make a choice what they're going to take away, because there's no defense that takes away everything. So the offense really did a great job of coming out and showing that they're versatile, that they can win throwing the football. So you got to give them a lot of credit there. There were a lot of guys, Saquon kind of got banged up. You see the young fella stepped in there, Kenneth. He stepped in there. He played very well, which was needed at the time. And see, this is the way you win in the NFL. People get their shot. Guys got to step up, and he stepped up and he played very well and made some big plays, broke some tackles at some key situations, and he was playing good football. Of course, AJ, you're not surprised, the guy's a big time player. He stepped up and he really got things going well. Devontae doing his job and everything. So everybody was, they got on them, able to take a lead, and the defense played well. A lot of guys stepping up, and then I got to give them credit. I really like the way they dealt with Jalen, because Jalen Carter got out of line. Come on, you can't be trying to hit a guy and get a guy back, and we're off the field, and basically the game was basically over. They don't get a first down there, but you're going to give them another shot because you're mad at a guy. And a lot of times when you hit a guy in his helmet, do you hurt the guy? You don't hurt the guy.
You hurt your own hand.
That's right. Come on. That looked great and everything. Come on. You're hitting that guy on his face mask. That's not you're not really hurting the guy, And so for them to, dress him down, man, because hey, you're on this team, and Jalen Carter, you got to learn from that. He's got to learn, man. Look, I'm not going to hurt this team because I'm trying to get somebody back. Can't do that, because then you're a sucker, because you didn't hurt the guy, but you end up giving the ball back to the other team. That almost happened. Fortunately, it didn't work out that way, and the Eagles wound up getting the ball, and the offense took over. But cannot make that kind of mistake, man, because that kind of mistake could send you home at the wrong time, and you don't want to go home. This team has got a chance to really be a special team. I got to admit, they're going further than I thought. Because I was looking at this team early in the year. There's no way I would expect them to be where they're at right now, with the way the way the defense has come on. Come on.
For real.
There's no way. I got to give the coaches credit. And I see them out there, working with these guys and going through the detail, and they have done an excellent job. There are guys on this staff that are going to get jobs and they're going to get promoted, because they have done an excellent job, in talking to the different players. You see how they have been coached. They're smart. And you got young players playing like they've been in the league, 10 years. And you got to give the coaches credit for that. But right now, hey, the sky is the limit for this football team. They got to keep getting better, because, they didn't play the perfect game. But you can see that they played well, and they got the potential to play even better. And so this is a great place to be in. I know a lot of people, I was just went to a couple schools this morning talking to kids. The teachers are all excited. Everybody's Eagles, 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 because you can't help but be excited about the way this football team is playing, the way they have stepped up, the way they have gotten better. And I got to give Jalen credit. Hey, look, getting out, just talking doesn't mean anything. If you're a football player, now we talk, okay?
Yeah.
We're commentators. We talk. Okay, that's what, as a player, you do your talking with your play. You know, if you're yapping and your play is not equal to your yapping, then nobody wants to hear it, man. Nobody wants to hear it because they're not paying you to talk. They're paying you to go out and perform. And this team has stepped up in so many different ways. And I'll give Nick credit too. Look how Nick is, the job he's doing. You know, I got to give the whole group, starting with Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman and all that. I mean, they've done an outstanding job. Of course, the job is not done though.
Absolutely, Gary. Let me bring a point up to you on what Brady brought up.
Yeah.
And to me, I thought it was one of the greatest moments like I've heard a quarterback, especially that quarterback that has won 7 Super Bowls. You know, you brought up, you know, he started holding on to the ball a little too long and he took a couple sacks and all of a sudden you saw the Steelers starting to get a little bit momentum. And you heard Brady say, you know, he needs to get that ball out of his hand because there's open wide receivers and he just needs to let it rip. Well, Kellen Moore, about 3 plays later, they went up tempo. And once they went up tempo, Gary, it looked to me that Jalen got back in the rhythm.
Yes.
That team, it looks like, and Brady said this, and he was asked the question, why do you want to go up tempo? Because it makes the defensive players get in their alignments quicker. You know where your landmark is, and you know in pre-snap where you're going with the ball.
That's right.
And right there, I think maybe Jalen and Kellen Moore had an epiphany that when you go up tempo, that passing game looks completely different than when you go 7-step. It just seemed that they kind of figured it out in game once they went up tempo. Is that fair?
Well, I think you're definitely right. And I think you're correct from the standpoint that really the Steelers, it really took them out of, because a lot of times, you know, as and I always tell defensive players, hey, look, don't just stand there, man. Especially, you know, if you're lined up and you're standing up, move around, man. That quarterback is not sure where you're supposed to be. Why are you going to just show him what you're in? So this took them out of that, to where they just, hey, hurry up, because what, you know, and this does happen. When that team's going hurry up, you can't get caught out of place. You can't, well, you got to run 10 yards to be where you're supposed to be. You can't really just show all these different looks, you know, unless they're really practiced by the team as a group, because you can't get caught out of position. So in a way, that was a great move for them to go hurry up, because what it did is it stopped the Steelers from giving these different looks. You know, it made them go with
substitutions. They couldn't bring the substitutions in.
That's true.
That Mike Tomlin loves to do.
Yeah,
and how he does defense. Let me throw this at
now. See that now they got to remember that down the road, to use that in the right time, man. It's worth gold.
How about this one here? And Gary, someone asked me, they go, Sills, do you think that Jalen, the way he played, I'm like, well, you know what? I mean, I don't think 60 minutes fixes a passing game. But I think what it does show you, Gary, that it shows you what the abilities that they potentially have with the passing game. Is that how you took that away too? Because 60 minutes of football doesn't eradicate what you have not done all year long. Now, the defense gets the equity, right? Because they've done it pretty much since the bye.
That's true.
But the offense, I don't think gets that equity yet until they show us.
The passing game. Because they have run the ball. Now, they showed that offensive line and Saquon have shown, look, we can play bully ball. They've shown that. But you're talking about the whole thing with passing. Now, and this is something that we can share with everybody. Listen, look, from having played, there's a certain confidence you got to play with. Nobody can buy that for you when you're walking on the field, and you could get to be a veteran player and lose your confidence. You got to have a certain confidence that you're sure you can do your job. Now, I don't know if Jalen's had that all year. Clearly it's got away from him. But there's certain things the offensive coordinator can do, just like you just said. They went to hurry up. He starts getting a confidence. And once he starts, you know, seeing and reading what they're doing, he gains a certain confidence to where you're more confident about doing other things and throwing the ball. You see it, you believe you can see it, you let it go. Because really the thing with Jalen is early in the year, He threw a few picks, and it really hurt the team. So he's being too conservative with holding the ball. Even if he sees something, he's going to make sure you don't have enough time to do that and get rid of the ball. So if once he develops the confidence where he believes what he sees, it's just like I know as a linebacker, and I can see the Eagles linebackers. The things that they have done is they've done a great job of coaching them to the point where they believe what they see. So they attack it. If you wait a split second, you're not going to make the big play, but you got to believe. I believe what I'm seeing. In fact, before the snap, they start showing you something. You see the stances. You see the way the offensive line guys are lined up. You can look at the formation. You got a feel for a certain thing. You attack it. But you got to have that self-confidence. And really, this is the thing. Like I was out talking to some kids today and telling them, you work hard, but you got to walk up there confidently. You could be a trial lawyer. You got to have the confidence that you know what you're doing. You walk in there, everybody can feel that you know what you're doing, but you got to have that confidence. And the quarterback has got to have that confidence. So he lets that ball go that split second early so he doesn't wait. And all of a sudden now he's running for his life, as we've seen with Jalen. And this is something that could end up where having a good game against a good team, all of a sudden you start developing that confidence because you only have but a split second. If you hold the ball after you really can see what they're in and you're ready to let the ball go, but you're going to hold it because you want to be sure that you're sure because you don't want to throw an interception. Then a lot of times you're not going to let that ball go, and a guy was open, and hopefully he starts gaining more and more confidence so he lets that ball go because in the year they went to the Super Bowl, he was letting that ball go.
You know what? Two last ones here for you. Vic Fangio, man, I mean, Gary, it's not just so much that the scheme that he has him in, but it's the player development. Yes. I mean, Nolan Smith, yes. You and me questioned the rocks in his pocket if he was big enough. I mean,
yes, he's
playing better. The Zach Bond kid playing in space, covers wideouts,
yes,
tight ends, backs. Right. Dean's filling the gap.
That's right.
How about Josh Sweat now also is having a really under the radar year where he's probably going to get 11 sacks. I mean, yeah. The front seven. Are you ready to say this? The Eagles have the best defense in pro football.
Well, they have played on that level. I mean, of course they got to keep it up, but I got to give them credit. They have been for most of the season the best defense in the game. Now, like I said, would I have said that earlier in the year?
No way.
No way I would have said that. But see, the coaching, building a confidence in a guy to where this guy develops a confidence where he's sure of what he sees. And I couldn't emphasize that too much because that's what football is. The teams that win the Super Bowl, whether it's the quarterback, it could be the defensive tackle, you got the linebackers, the corners, they're all playing smart. They understand their job. And when they see somebody show them something, they attack, and you can't be waiting. You can't be hesitant because if you're hesitant and the difference between the guy that's going to the Hall of Fame and the guy that's going to eventually get cut, that might be half of a second. But that's the way the game is. It's so fast that you got to be able to read and you got to jump on things. If you're hesitant, like we've seen with Jalen at times, come on. You got a guy that was playing great football that all of a sudden he becomes a liability, and that's the way the game is, and we know that guys that have played the game know how much of a difference is, but you got to have that confidence inside, man, where when you see it, man, you got to be all over it. And I love the way, like you said, the linebackers, man, all over a play. They read it, man, they're all in the backfield, all over the play, man, because they did their homework, studying the team and their formations and everything. And then on Sundays, man, they're all on top of it. And that's being a pro. That means you're doing your homework, you're prepared. And I respect people like that because ultimately That's what it's about. And you see that on the football level. But, I respect it when I see it in other people, where people are professional, they're prepared, they're doing their job. But you see that with this Eagles team, and you got to give those coaches, because a lot of guys have grown up in this year. Come on, Cooper DeJean. Now he see, and he's learning.
Yep.
And some, hey, he's realized this is the NFL, son. You got to put that ball away, man. And this is good. But these are the things that all of us, came through this kind of thing, where you come out with a little blood in your mouth. Coach we had at USC always should talk about that. When you come out, you got a little blood in your mouth. Okay, all right. Now this is what this game is about, son.
That's right. Oh, that was a big hit in football game.
That's right.
Until Sunday, man.
That's right. Until you got a little blood in your mouth,
yeah.
You don't know what it is to play. You don't know what it is to play. You get a little blood in your mouth. Now you go, okay. Now I know these people are serious.
Gary, this is Super Bowl or bust, isn't it now? Because if they go 15-2, they get home field advantage. And I made this point to people. The next loss that the Eagles have will most likely end their season. And what I mean by that is they're probably going to run through the tape.
Probably,
and if they lose again, it'll probably be, if they do, it's either going to be a Super Bowl win, or it's going to be a loss either in that game or in the playoffs, which will end your season.
That's right.
Do you believe they're the best team in the NFL, one? And secondly, do you believe that, again, this team right here, it's Super Bowl or bust?
Well, I think that that's where they've got their goals set. I mean, their goals are set up there, that they know that they're a team good enough to win this whole thing. And you're right in that right now, you look at the schedule, you look at this team, they feel like they're good enough to win this whole thing. They got to. If they didn't feel, it would be a joke if they did not feel as if they can win this whole thing, because they've outplayed just about everybody. You look at the Lions now. I mean, the Lions are an outstanding team, but the injuries they've been hit with on their defensive side of the ball, and you can see the score. Come on, they're giving up 40 points a game.
And now Montgomery being out.
And now Montgomery out. I mean, that's tough. I mean, you really feel for a team, because you don't want to see anybody sustain all those injuries. But it is what it is. The thing is laid out for the Eagles. They know. And see, that's why, some of the guys have said things, because they know they're good enough to win this thing. They're good enough to win it all. And if they don't, it's on them. They're very disappointed, because they don't see anybody out there they feel like they should lose to if they play the way that they're capable of playing. And that's exciting. That's exciting to see this. But the big thing they got to do is they got to keep working, man. They got to push the envelope, and you got to have guys like that are going to step up. Somebody does something stupid, like Jalen Carter did. You got to have his teammates sit there and tell him, look, man, you sit down, man. You're going to be that selfish to where you would cost us everything. See, now, that kind of stupid stuff could cost you the whole thing. Doing something stupid like that. And come on. Like I said, the thing that's so stupid about it, you don't even hurt the guy. The guy's got a helmet on, man. You know what I mean? You didn't even hurt the guy. The thing that's going to hurt is when you put that ring in his face. A year later, you see him somewhere, hey, dude, you got one of these? Put that ring in his face. And the thing is, you don't want to do something like that and hurt the guys. And really, everybody on that team is in that situation. Jalen Hurts has got to play the way he's capable of playing, because he's going to get times where he's going to need to step up and play his best football for this team to get where they want to get to. Same thing with AJ, Devontae, the offensive line, Saquon, the defense. They're good enough to win it, but, nobody gives it to you. And there are going to be some challenges where they get in situations where people got to step up when it's their opportunity. But it's very exciting. And they got to know that they're a team that's good enough to win the whole thing. But that's, right now, that's just talk. You got to go out and do it. But that's why this stuff is so much fun, man. And being around these guys, I got to admit, I haven't seen many teams grow as much as this team has grown during a season. I mean,
especially that defense, Gary.
Especially the
Can't
defense.
believe
Yes.
where that defense is right now.
Amazing. Amazing.
From where it was prior to the bye.
Yes. The play yesterday where you had 53, what I'm talking about, the linebacker, okay, where he recognized, he saw a guy go by him, okay? He can tell that this is a play in which this is some kind of play where they basically, they're looking for this guy, they're going to throw to him. For him to turn and run, he knew where the guy, and he chased the guy down, almost made the play. The guy caught the ball and everything. But Bohm, the way this guy has played, man, and this guy he wasn't even playing inside linebacker.
They brought him in to be an edge rusher.
To be an edge rusher.
To be behind Bryce Huff. And Gary, would you not agree with this? I brought this up earlier. Maybe the best thing ever happened to Nolan Smith was Bryce Huff getting hurt because he got the reps. And now we're seeing him get more volume of work.
Yes.
It's improving his game.
Yes, it is. Yeah, all these guys. I mean, and the steps he's taken, you're right, and he needed it because, he was very disappointing in different times. But now he does a great job with his pass rush. He's been able to know how to generate power, to use a combination of speed around the corner and power. And a lot of times you realize, look, every time I can avoid, getting in a situation where it's my power against his power, I really would rather use my speed. So if I can get around the corner, dip, and use my speed, it's a lot better off than me trying to, bull rush these guys. No, the advantage I got is speed around the corner. That's the advantage I have. And I got to utilize that. And I got to make sure one of the big things he's doing a lot better, which is you cannot let these guys get under you. If you're not that big of a guy, you can't let the guy get under you. You got to make sure you're underneath him. So he's done a lot better job of that with his discipline and making sure his fundamentals are sound.
One last one here.
Mm-hmm.
Roster-wise, would you take the 2017 roster, the 22 roster, or the 24 roster? Which one do you think, in your opinion? Again, hindsight of the 17 team, we know because that team ended up running through the tape. 22 probably had a better roster than 17. Maybe. And now you're looking at 2024. If you had to pick one of those rosters between the three, who would you take?
Well, I mean, I would have no problem going with this one. But, of course, you got to have people playing up to their level. I mean, I look at the talent from an offensively standpoint. They got more talent on offense. This is a more talented offensively. Of course, that means Jalen playing the way he's capable. See? That means him playing the way he's capable of playing and playing with the confidence he playing with yesterday. Playing with that confidence, man. 1, 2, 3, you got that ball out. You see it, you go ahead and play. And then defensively, I mean, they didn't have a secondary as good as this one here. The corners and the way these kids have played. But, of course, you got to do it in front of the bright lights.
Yeah,
you got to do it in front of the bright lights, and that's the fun of it. But, these kids are very young, though. They're very young. But they've shown so far, they've shown, hey, they have not stepped back from anybody, but that's going to be exciting. And then you look at the Lions, that defense against the Lions. Now the Lions, they're pretty tough, offensively especially.
Absolutely, Gary. I want to sneak one last one in on you.
Yeah.
If there's one difference, last year this time, November 18th, the week of the 18th to 16th, the Eagles were coming off a 3-game losing streak. They had been beaten by Seattle. There was a nuclear meltdown. It was in the midst of the 1-6 meltdown of 23. What's the difference between that and if you look at and why I said that this December 16th win or 15th win over the Steelers was so much better is because you're in championship months right now. You're in December. What's the one glaring difference, in your opinion, from last year that has been different? Is it just going through what happened a year ago that they've really learned from what happened and they're more mature of a team this year? What do you think has been the difference in in just 1 year removed from that meltdown?
I think that has hardened some of these guys.
Huh?
You know, I really do think it's well, the guys on the line and come on, all these guys lived through that. And you know, a lot of these guys, you know, they expect to win. I mean, the year before they went to the Super Bowl. They have a good start, you know, and then they just fall into the pit. And you can see the guys that are all here, you know, you're talking about, you know, Lane Johnson and all those guys on that offensive line. They got a hardness to where they're not interested in that happening again. You know, they're not interested in that happening again. And if anything, you know, the guys on that offensive line went to the coach and told him, Coach, we can run the ball, Coach. We can run the ball. When they had their bye earlier in the season, and they told them, hey, we can run the ball down people's throat. If you notice, they kind of changed a bit, and they started running the ball more. I think they believe that they're tough enough to where they're not going to let that happen. And I just think that there's a tougher group, and especially the guys that went through what happened last year. You can see a lot of them, they're not interested in letting that happen. And I think that's one of the good things about this team is that they're ready to fight, man.
Absolutely, Gary. I mean, they looked, and they, as of December 16th, they're in a 3-horse race right now with Minnesota and Detroit.
And let me say this, like with AJ, that's why, you know, with the guys going, look, man, we know we got to get, like they were talking about, we got to get our passing game together. We need to sit down and get our passing game together. And so they took some steps yesterday in that, and they know they can get better. See, that's the thing is I think these guys are really looking in the mirror. They're not going to be pointing the finger at anybody. They know ultimately if they don't do it, it's their own fault. It's nobody else they can blame. So they got to get it done, man. They're good enough to win the thing, but they got to go out and do it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
This is Super Bowl or bust. Gary,
Super Bowl or bust.
Great stuff, man. I will catch you next week. Thank you so much, my friend.
All righty. Are you going to be at the Super Bowl?
You know what? We are working. Hey, by the way, did you buy your tickets yet? I told Eagle fans, have you bought your Super Bowl tickets yet?
Hey, I got credentials.
Yeah. Hey, are you? Hey, don't say them yet. Don't say them yet. Okay, keep them there. Hey, Gary, I'll catch you next week, brother.
All right, buddy. All right.
You got it. That is our friend Gary Cobb from Fox 29. Yeah. Did you get your Super Bowl tickets yet? You got them? You got your Super Bowl tickets? All right. All right, let's do this giveaway here with our friend Big Z, Xander Krause here, man. I'll tell you what, I got to thank you guys today. It's been an iconic day. All the new members that have jumped aboard with us. I don't know how many, Xander, how many new members came aboard today just alone in the last 2 hours? How much, like 15 people have now signed up to become new members?
I think it's about 18, which is really dope. But listen, they're going to be, it's going to be worth it to be a member. I think the main reason to do it is you're supporting us. And if you like our content, then it's a big help. But like I just said, I'm going to be giving away a jersey a week on the National Football Show.
I'm
doing the Saquon Barkley jersey giveaway still. And then if only you guys could see how much Eagle merch I have next to me. This is all.
By the way, go to Xander's X account. He's got the whole list. Look at that hat. I love that fucking hat.
The hats. Wait, look, you guys want to see the best hat? These are all for JAKIB Christmas giveaway. This is the best hat.
Oh, look at that thing, man.
That is really a fresh hat, dude.
That is a
with really the NFC on the side.
Yeah.
Got the Eagle hat. The 3 of these we're giving away.
Wow, my God, that is great.
Yeah, we got these. You got some tan ones. These are cool.
We
got, and then this is cool too. The fly.
Look at Xander going all out.
I'm going out for the people, Sills, because they're making it happen for us, brother.
Yeah, I see it, man. I see it. I love it. I
got an AJ Brown jersey. I got a Cooper DeJean jersey too. I know everyone's going to be excited about that. I'm trying to get my hands on a couple.
I really have a bitch though right now. Okay, so why would you be giving away the fucking Jalen Hurts jersey right now?
Because he balled out yesterday.
Because he balled
out.
He balled out. Yes. Hey, congratulations. He balled out. yesterday.
Are you still in a bad mood?
No, I'm in a fabulous mood.
Because you're
crazy?
kind of in a bad mood.
We went over 50K and some. How could I not be in a great mood? More people are flocking to my show and to this network on a daily basis. Why in the world would I be upset about that?
Kakawa becomes a member. All right, you want to do this giveaway? Here's the catch.
This giveaway.
So the way I do giveaway sales is I do them to our members only. So you must be a member to win. But today, because this is a special occasion with it, by the way, this is a beautiful stitched.
It is nice looking.
Kelly green.
Ooh,
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. Because this is an on the fly, 50,000 subscribers, Jalen Hurts shuts Sileo up again
for a day
on the show.
For a day.
It's one of those days. So you got to be present to win, Sil. So we got a lot of members, but they're not all in the chat right now. So we're going to pull a winner until they are present to win, present here on the show. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pull up the get your memberships in, everybody.
Hold on. Let me tweet this out. We're giving the jersey away now.
So you can see, here's my random name picker. All right. And these are all of our members. Let me add the great Kakawa. I think that's how you say it. How do I spell that thing? That is normally I copy and paste these things, but because I've already put it in.
Hey, Hiawatha reminds me of a friend of mine that played at Notre Dame. His name was Hiawatha Di Francisco.
All right, Kakawa Kaiawawa is in. All right, anyone else that becomes a member will be added in to the giveaway today. And we will do one a week, not just Jalen Hurts. We're going to do AJ. We'll do hopefully a Cooper DeJean, a Quinyon Mitchell. I'm going to be biased and pick players I like, okay? Hopefully you guys are all good with that. That's what I did with the merch. You know, I was picking out all the merch, and I'm like, I'm going to get the stuff I like the most, and hopefully the people like it too. So the Salute the Service sweatshirts are absolutely sick. Nike embroidered on the sideline with the NFL logo. Flexen wants a Huff jersey. Amoto becomes a member. Appreciate it, Amoto.
Okay.
Amoto.
Sending it now.
138. All right.
Okay.
So he's added in.
Okay. So I just sent it out there right now also on mine.
All right, good. We'll give the people a couple minutes. Any more members I get, I will add to the list, and we'll milk it out. Are you feeling better about the passing game, Big Sills?
No.
No, you're not.
I'm not. But what I am feeling better about is this. It showed me the capabilities. And like I said, I mean, last week they blew. This week they showed what they could be. So like I said, are you going to be this on a consistent basis the remainder of the year? They're going to need it. And by the way, what looks more dominating to you when you're playing a team and when you want to beat a team? The way you were running the ball or what you did yesterday? What you did yesterday was more dominating.
What we did yesterday is definitely the better is definitely the better move. Brian asked, "How do I win the coat off your back?" I'm giving it away. I'm not keeping this. As much as I want to keep this,
I don't know.
I'm not keeping it.
I got
two of them. I got this one. This is a large, and then I got an extra large. So I got two of them. I'm giving them away. Bidding. That'll be on the JAKIB Christmas, though. That'll be on JAKIB Christmas, which will be a big event that I'm excited to do. And we'll do some charity stuff on the JAKIB Christmas. So I'm excited for that. That should be a good one. Tom Serene becomes a member. Look at that, Sills.
By the way, if there are any more new supers, we'll read those as well.
Yeah, I'll get them. Four Reels Fishing. Four Reels Fishing becomes a member.
Yeah, look at everybody becoming a member. God,
I'm adding the people to the list. And then
Xander, we've got like 30 in the last hour, 30 new members.
Yeah. Show worn Xander jacket. Hey, listen, it does still have the tag. All right, let me pull the tag out for the people. Still got the tag on it. All right.
Guys are fantastic, man. This
NFL. See that? Got the tag.
Hey, douchebag Marcus, I picked you at 9 wins, you fucking idiot. Okay.
Marcus has been trying to tell me how to program the network. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate you being here.
Marcus, do me a favor. Take a knee.
Zeal, I do. Actually, Zeal, here's what so this is a good question. Zeal says, do you have excess? Oh, look at this. Philly Oz gives 5 memberships to the people. But speaking of the double XL, this Jalen Hurts jersey, okay, this is a double XL. But if you win and you want the double XL, you claim it, you take it, that's good, okay? If you want another size, I have larges and a regular extra large. They're not Jalen Hurts, though. So if double XL doesn't work, I will give one person the opportunity to either claim the prize or you can win. This is the Saquon Barkley large. I'll give you that. Or a Saquon Barkley XL. Everything else I have is 2X right now. The other 3. And then I got more jerseys coming in. But right now, for the sake of today, I'll let people if the 2X is too big.
In my radio career, I don't think we've ever had any kind of cool things like jerseys like this.
We're gonna do it all year. Wait till everybody sees when I'm working.
I don't think
I'm working sales.
Somebody's in here right now that knows my 35-year career, and I think we've given tickets away before that were pretty dope, but I don't think we've given away merchandise like this. Dude, I'll tell you something about the Eagle gear, too. The Eagle gear is fresh. That's fresh-looking shit with the colors.
I'm giving away this jacket. I ain't keeping it. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, Xander.
Although, hey, I might need to get another one because
Xander, I'm sorry. I'd keep that bitch.
Well, listen, when we parade down Broad Street, I need something dope to wear. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
This might be that.
Oh, so wait a minute. You're winning the Super Bowl now.
Oh, we're winning. You just said it's Super Bowl or bust.
Okay, hold on.
Do you want me to not believe? Do you want me to cower like a baby and not believe?
December 16th at 5:01. Xander Krause.
Joe Coleman becomes a member.
Xander
Good.
Krause.
Write it down.
Eagles.
Write it down. The Eagles are Super Bowl
champions. Okay, here we go. Oh, by the way, so on December 16th, the passing game is back to normal.
It's getting there. It certainly made a big step forward, no?
See what he did? He just moved the goalpost. Is it back to normal, yay or nay?
Yes. They got to keep doing it. But I'm confident that they're going to be able to keep doing it. Philly Oz, you get 5 memberships, but you're not a member yourself, Philly Oz.
Hey,
do you want to be entered into
the? What did John say about the passing game being back?
He says he wants to see it a little more consistently, like the grouch that he is. You two both, Grinch 1 and Grinch 2. This is, everybody should thank. You guys might hate Big Sills because he tells you how it is about the Eagles, maybe sometimes a little too bluntly, and maybe you don't like John because he doesn't glaze your team too. These two are the reason that I'm doing giveaways because they're so Grinch. And I love Christmas is my favorite holiday. So I'm not going to let these two Grinches amidst a 10-game winning streak take my joy away. So my response to that is giving away as much merchandise.
This is because I blew up yesterday in the first 3 minutes of the program that you're giving away jerseys on this program now?
Listen. The reason, why the Saquon Barkley giveaway started? Because John McMullen discredited the addition of Saquon Barkley in the offseason. And I said, you know what? If he does this, we're going to give away a jersey every week. And that was how the birth of the Saquon Barkley giveaway started. And you, being the Grinch, week in and week out, has gotten me to a point where I went on a spending spree. And I started adding jerseys and hats and sweatshirts and jackets and you name it. Here you go. Look at this hat. This is fresh, the white one. And now I'm giving it all away to the great people. So I'm excited for it.
On pace for.
All right, can someone help me out and get me the 5 members that were added by the gift? I let me see if I can find them because it doesn't show me. All right, I got them. Give me a sec, Sills.
3,400 passing yards, 20 touchdowns. Elite. Oh, my. You want to hear elite? Josh Allen, 4,223 passing yards.
Yeah, I can't really shut you up on Josh Allen right now. He's pretty insane.
Hey, dude, how about Lamar? Lamar's going to have 1,000 yards rushing and 4,500 passing and 42 touchdown passes.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
but
by the way, I want to congratulate Jalen Hurts right now. He's the leader in the clubhouse in rushing touchdowns.
You are such a
the quarterback is the leading touchdown rusher in the NFL. You have a better shot at your quarterback leading the NFL in rushing TDs than ever at leading.
All right, I got every member that has now been added. Are you ready to do this giveaway?
Let's do it.
I'm ready. I'm ready to rumble. We got more people coming in. I'm not letting the people get in.
Right. No.
I mean, if people are becoming a member, they're joining the show. They're joining the giveaway.
No, Xander's doing this on the fly. So if you become a new member right now, we're not going to give it away until all of a sudden. I'll tell you what, we'll have a little gap where we don't see another guy for another minute or two.
Justin P.
What we'll do is we'll give it away. Okay. So Brian's like, we got to close it down.
This is going to be one of the grand prizes, the 2 jackets. I'm trying to get a third one, but this is going to be one of the grand prizes on JAKIB Christmas is the jacket. It is pretty cool. Even Big Sills admitted it.
It's dope. Dude.
Sills keep talking that ish about the Super Bowl. I need tickets.
Yeah. Hey, dude, those tickets. Hey, I'll tell you a secret. I get tickets. I get 2 a year. But, Doug, you know how many people ask me for $10,000 or $8,000 for those tickets every year? And I sell them.
Yeah, Nuclear. It's sold out everywhere, dude. That's why this jacket's enticing to win. Yeah. This jacket's enticing to win. You know, Nuclear, when you work in the business, you get a couple connections, you know some people, you make some phone calls down to the city, and all of a sudden 2 end up at your doorstep. That's how it works.
Wait, this isn't like Big Sills connections where some of the shit falls off the back of the truck.
No, it's not like that. I gotta pay for it. It's not the Big Sills. It's not the greatness of Big Sills, but I gotta pay for it. But no, it's good. All right, I'm gonna do the drawing in 3 minutes. 5:10. 5:10. We're doing the drawing. It's 5:07. So for anybody that wants to get their memberships in, get them in now. You got to be present though. So if you get your membership in and you leave, that's not going to be good enough. You got to be here to win.
Now, remember something. Every Monday though, okay? So if you miss out, you still, if it gets past the 10 mark and we're doing it, you get a chance for the next, because Xander's he's going to do it next week, 3:30.
It's a good time to be a member. Trust me, I got a lot of good stuff in the works. Yeah, I think the $5 it costs to be a member will be worth your time, everybody. I'm trying to give away so much Eagles merch that every single member wins something eventually. That's the goal.
This is, but this is all because of how I talk, which makes it, I don't know, man.
You're a Grinch.
Not a Grinch. I'm a realist. I'm the one. By the way, I will say this, Xander, 12-2. I'm going to bury the lead for my list tomorrow. You're the best team in football right now. Now, what will determine will be the same thing that's going to determine Detroit's fate. How you get through the finish line, how healthy you'll be, and what happens with Minnesota tonight. It's a divisional game. Don't discount the Bears tonight. That's actually a
sleeper game. That Bears team has played a couple teams tough in that division. Remember they played the Lions.
Minnesota, you've got Green Bay. If I'm not mistaken, you got Green Bay and Detroit yet still on the flip side of that. Yeah, exactly. Well, why is this all stretched out here? This is dope, man. So we're giving away a Jalen Hurts jersey right now. Hey, Senorita, take a knee. The guy played good yesterday. What the hell do you want me to say? He sucked? What a piece of turd. What's going on with this? What a jackass. All right, we're going to do the giveaway. Mr. Nobody. We're a minute away from the giveaway. A minute away from the giveaway, everybody. I can't wait to do it. That Jalen Hurts jersey. You guys like the Kango look? I'm liking the Kango look, by the way. Man, I'm so sick of this, man, with this thing, with this jam. He's giving a Jalen Hurts jersey away to jam it in my face. To all of you Jalenites. Hey, Bumper, where are you? I need you, Bumper. He bailed on you. Bumper bailed on you. What happened? Bumper, How could you bail on me, Bumper? I'm all by myself on an island.
I don't see him in here. Is he? Oh, there he is. There he is. He says, I need that Hurts jersey ASAP. Been needing a new doormat.
Bumper, there you go. Look, dude, Bumper, you're the king, dude. I swear to God, I can't wait to meet you, dog. I really cannot wait to meet you. Even you, dickhead senorita, I can't wait to meet you, too.
All right, it's 5:10. Here we go, okay? We are doing the giveaway right now on JAKIB Sports. All right, I'm going to roll through as I usually do for everybody. Here we go. This is our list of members. We're up to 271 members. We added over 20 today on the show. So big thanks to everybody who became a member. We're going to click start. I'm going to roll through the list of participants. We'll have one winner, and I will repick, okay? I will repick. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this list because if I need a repick, I want to remake it, all right?
Hold on, I'm doing it.
I got it. Don't worry.
You got a drum roll.
Oh, you're doing it. Wait, it does a countdown. It does a countdown. I'm going to scroll through the list so everybody make sure they're there, everything like that. I got Sells, you know, have you ever heard of milking it?
What?
You ever heard of milking it?
Yeah, my wife.
Big Z's the king of milking it, all right? LFJ, Dirty D. Appreciate it. All right, here we go. Let me pull the thing back up now because I was copying the list. All right, one winner, 10 seconds. Here's your participants. We're going to do 3 shuffles, and once we get to the last step, all the new members have been added. These are your 5 members that were gifted memberships today.
I love how you're showing how this process is working.
Yeah, I show everything to everybody. They think I got 270 cousins, Big Sills. They think my cousins are the winners. Tom Serene's in here, Kakoa, all our new members, Johnny Cage, Dave Edwards, Boda, NS Wells, Big Trags in here, Zeal's in here, NJ Fishing. So everybody is in here, has been added. That was a member today. Yes, Bob, all on Xander time, my friend. Even Big Sills is now on Xander time.
I'm on Xander time.
I love it. Lexington stepping. There he is. James Jones is in here, our resident Commander fan.
I'm on Xander time.
What's that?
I'm on Xander time for this jersey.
I'm going to scroll through here. Sig Lord, there he is. Eagles Talk, Eric Hollins in here. David Mack.
All going to get a fair chance to get
Josh Herman, there he is. Akbar's in here. Joel. All right, these are our list of members, man. Pretty dope. Pretty dope that everybody is supporting. Isn't that cool, Sills? We got all these people that support us, man.
I cannot. Hey, by the way, today has been a spectacular day. The new members going over 50. We're giving a jersey away. Xander shutting me up every Monday now at 3:30 Eastern time on a new opportunity to win. Eagle merchandise is dope as well. I will be I might even pin that we're going to be giving that away each. I might take the rock off for that thing on Mondays. How you doing?
All right, there we go. Takeem is the bottom guy and Greg. So let me drop that real quick to show everybody. Takeem, there you are at the bottom. All right, there you go. There's your list of members right there. So 270, pretty good member list. Confirm. There's your participants. I'm going to do 3 shuffles, everybody. 3 shuffles, all right? There's 1 shuffle. Jesse G now at the top. There's 2 shuffles. Nello won one. Sells Nello won a jersey, and then he didn't claim it, and he lost it. Ooh, Nello.
Man.
And then the 3rd shuffle. Okay, this is now ready to fire. You'll have a oh, look at it. We got a new member. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm adding them. Back we go.
Back we go.
Back we go.
Hey,
Philly Matt.
Another 2-minute wait. You get another 2-minute window for another opportunity.
24C. Added in.
Absolutely. We said it. If it goes to the last shuffle, if you add, hang on here now. Hey, don't get upset with this. This helps us all grow here.
Yes.
Here we go.
Philly Matt, you're in, brother. Congrats. All right, back through the list, back through the process we go. Start, we'll have 1 winner, 272 participants with the addition of Philly Matt. All right, confirm. All right, 3 shuffles. Here, I'm going to drop this so everybody can see the full thing. All right, see the start at the bottom. We'll have 3 shuffles, okay? There's 1 shuffle. Brian Pumper, there he is at the top. There's 2 shuffles. There's Twiz. And here's 30 shuffles. Sydney family, Nad's in here, James Jones. All right, there's 3 shuffles. You make sure nobody else now became a member in the last second. No new members. Here we go. You must be present to win. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Zay Howell wins the jersey.
Howell.
I haven't seen Zay Howell in the chat. Zay, are you out there? I don't know if Zay is out here.
Oh my
I haven't
God.
seen any signs of Zay anywhere.
Hey,
in JAKIB land.
Zay, if you're not here,
look at Daz. Xander Howell. No, you'll see. Watch Zay. If Zay doesn't claim it, they're out of here. Xander Howell. No, not me.
Where is Zay?
Zay's got what? How many minutes? 2 minutes to claim it?
2 minutes.
2 minutes to claim it.
2 minutes.
Tell me if you guys see Zay. I don't see Zay right now.
Hey, let me see here. Okay, I started it. You got 2 minutes, Zay. And if you don't claim it, you're done.
Zay is done.
And it'll be another shuffle. Zay.
Honestly, guys, I've never heard this name in my life. Is this person, are they a member? What the heck? I've never seen all the people I pay attention to in the chat. I've never seen Zay Howell.
You got a minute.
Zay is done. Zay is all but cooked, in my opinion.
He's got 30 seconds.
I don't see it. Running it again, baby. We're running it again. We're running it again. This is my favorite.
Right.
See, the last time I gave away a Brandon Graham jersey, Sills. I did
7,
must be present.
6, 5, 4, 3,
Gone.
2, 1.
You're out of here, Zay. You're out of here, Zay. All right, here we go. All right, the list is here still. All right, Philly Matt, everybody's on here. Zay is gonzo. See ya, Zay. Here we go. Next winner. 3 shuffles again. We're rolling the dice. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Winner. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock steady. 1, 2, 3. No, if we have a redraw, I will add Dre, but Dre was late. We were already on the 10-second countdown. Rock steady. 1,
Where
2,
are
3,
you, Rock
4.
Steady?
I don't think Rock Steady's here, but you know why? Because I think Rock Steady's a Sileo hater, and that's gonna cost him. That's gonna cost. Here he is.
Oh, he's there.
He's here.
He's there. The hater's here.
Rock Steady's in the building.
Steady's a hater. He's in the building.
There he is.
Rock Steady. That's a true sports talk guy.
Rock Steady is in the freaking building.
Rock Steady. All right, Rock Steady. You're a hater and you're here. All right. Congratulations to you. That's how
Rock Steady. Before I go, I got a couple questions real quick for Rock. Rock, is the double XL Jalen jersey what you want, my friend?
Yes.
Is he in here? Yeah, I know he's in here.
Right
He's got to respond to me. He's got to respond. Big D wants a redraw. Rock is your winner. Rock has claimed his prize. Yeah, he wants the Jalen 2X. Rock, do you have an X account? Are you on a Twitter or X? Oh, Zay Howell. No, that's not Zay Howell. That's the fake Zay Howell. Not a member, and the name is spelled wrong. See you, Zay. I know. See, these people, I know all the tricks of the internet.
I know you
these
do,
people
man.
can't get past me. You're not going to get past me. You're not going to get past me.
Xander's too good at this.
All right, Rock Steady. If you got an X account, go over and DM me, and I have a Twitter. All right, DM me at RealXander, RealZander. DM me now, and I will get your address, and the Jalen Hurts jersey. This thing is stitched. It's coming to you, brother. It's coming to you. Ready? Let's show them. Look,
Congratulations.
you still got the paper. Still got the paper in here. This thing is beauteous. Here it is. Tags and everything. Got the tag on there.
Man, you wear that to it. That's the thing you wear to the stadium.
There you go. Rock steady. I'm going to fold this sucker up, and I'll be sending that out to you, brother. I appreciate you. Big Sills, have a great rest of your show.
Wait. Do we have any supers to read here before you get out of here?
Dre says, I wasn't expecting to be added to this one. It takes time, but I love the entertainment. Dre, that's really cool of you. Thanks for becoming a member as well. You'll be entered into the JAKIB Christmas, which is going to be a massive one. So hopefully you get a W there. Sig Lure says 2 minutes. Bull didn't even watch the show. Sig, quit crying. Dio says Jalen Hurts, MVP. I don't see that. Dirty D says LFG. And then, sorry, I meant to add 3 on Radio Hall. Super Bowl sounds awesome. All right. You 3 on Radio Hall sounds awesome. Sills is a meathead, and I love him. All right. That's it.
Yeah. All right, guys. What a great moment there. I really appreciate that. Xander, thank you, man. I mean, guess what? Now we're going to be giving something away each and every single Monday at 3:30.
A jersey a week. A jersey a week.
This is going to be dope, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Now, here's the goal, everybody, before I go. The goal is to make Sileo less of a Grinch.
No way.
Can we do that?
I'm not a Grinch.
Can we do that by Christmas time?
I am not a Grinch.
Can we do that by New Year?
I am a realist. Do
it by the Super
Eagle
Bowl?
fans, get your Super Bowl tickets now. Get them ready. Sign them up. All right,
brother.
Xander.
I'll catch you. Enjoy the rest of it. I'll be listening to the rest of your show, man. Good stuff. Thank you all, man. I love everybody. And a big thanks one more time here to Chris becomes a member. Chris, that's really cool, brother. I appreciate that. Thanks, everybody. Love all you guys, man.
Absolutely spectacular segment. And we're glad to do that stuff. And we thank you guys for becoming members. Do me a favor. Please hit that like button. Bang on that like button. Don't forget also our great friends at BetUS. During this football season, like tonight's Monday night game with the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears, we are teamed up with our friends at BetUS for the YouTube 150. Great chance for everybody to sign up with a signing bonus on the YouTube 150. Guys, I'm telling you, this is your chance to really win yourself some money with our great friends at BetUS. Your 125 is your second sign-up bonus. Also, your third is 125%. And if you're into crypto, you can go to 200%. And your sign-up bonus is up to $2K. BetUS.com.pa. That's BetUS.com.pa. Fastest payouts in the business, 24/7 personalized service, 365 days of the year, live wagering on all major games. That's BetUS.com.pa. That's BetUS.com.pa. And do me a favor, tell them Big Sil sent you.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The following is a real testimonial from the father of a young injured victim.
I didn't think she was going to make it.
Major Perry's daughter was the victim of a horrific accident caused by someone else's negligence.
If you don't find the right counselor, law firm that you're looking for, you will get lost in the wilderness.
Badly injured? Call the Fritz and Bianculli Law Firm at 215-458-2222 and find out why they say, "We got this."
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong as the #1 health insurer in the region. No IBX is always looking out for you.
We noticed that there was mold creeping into our basement about a year and a half ago, and wanted to make sure that we were getting rid of the problem permanently. We actually reached out to several different contractors to get it resolved, and actually 2 of them recommended DryTech to us as a long-term solution. Other than the noise factor, we wouldn't even know that there was work being done on the basement level. It's really been a clean process for us.
Score and save this football season on your car insurance. Before the next game, save up to 40% on your auto insurance policy. That's right, 40% savings. Call an audible this season and contact the Del Val Insurance Group. They're an advocate for you, not an insurance company. That means they'll get you the right coverage and save you up to 40%. Call managing partners Fran or Jim of Del Val Insurance, 215-354-0122, or score and save at dvigi.com. dvigi.com.
EAGLES, Eagles.
Big shells, hit that like button. We are at 516 likes right now, I believe. Can we try to get to 550 likes? By the way, one more time. You guys growing this show the way you are, look at it. Over 50,000 subscriptions finally. Okay? Xander and I were just talking about, hey, the content that we bring you, it's like national stuff. Nobody gets Tony Dungy and Jimmy Johnson on in the same day unless you're one of those national guys. This is something that you and me do. And by the way, I've been fortunate enough to be able to have all these connections, and I'm very thankful that I can have these connections for you guys and for all of us to sit around and talk to those guys. Okay? I mean, I'd like to see if we can get to 550. By the way, real quick, we'll do a recap on that Steeler game and some of our takes that we had. Thank you guys again. You guys were great, and I love the fact that we're going to be giving away Eagle merchandise each and every single Monday throughout the holidays here at, 3:30 Eastern time. So you get a chance to win yourself some great gear, and all courtesy of Xander and JAKIB. So we really appreciate that. By the way, I said this earlier in the program that Barkley was almost a non-factor in the game. I still think Derrick Henry's going to win the rushing title. Right now, there's a 213-yard difference. I don't know if that really matters to anybody. Okay, at the end of the day, I don't even know if it matters to Baltimore and to Derrick Henry. I think it'd be a great accomplishment for that offensive line if they were end up having the number one rusher in the NFL in Saquon Barkley. I think that's always a pretty cool thing that you could have. Okay, is the rushing guy, like Saquon goes for 1,800 yards. I think he's on pace still for 2,000 rushing seasons, 2,000 rushing yards. I think a little over 2,000. He's under the 2,105 right now, but he's still in that conversation right now. And Derrick Henry is on pace for 1,790. So one of these two guys, this is going to come down to, I think Baltimore's going to have to play all the way through the end of the year. That's why I say Henry has probably a better chance of winning the rushing title, and more so than what Saquon. Because in that final game, like I said, if Minnesota and Detroit win out and the final game comes down between Minnesota and Detroit for home field advantage, the Eagles have no shot at having home field advantage. Unless there's some stupid tie or something, the Eagles are not going to get home field advantage. So I do believe Detroit and Minnesota, there's still a loss out there for one of those two teams, and you would have to say that probably the Eagles are sitting in the best spot right now. Or James Jones. Your Commanders can upset. Hey, James Jones. Your Commanders could upset the entire thing this weekend. Okay? Hey, by the way, hey, James, don't give a shit what some of those idiots are saying. Your football team won 9 ball games with a rookie quarterback. Okay? How many other rookie quarterbacks this year? He's won more games than any other rookie quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe Bo Nix is in that conversation. But he's had a hell of a season. So I wouldn't wig out on any of that. I mean, he's had a hell of a year. Yeah, hang on. Denver's got 9 wins. Washington's got 9 wins. So he's done a hell of a job. By the way, I picked Washington to win the NFC East. They may come up short, but I'll tell you one thing I did do. I picked them to be a playoff team. How you doing? I also made sure, hey, by the way, the greatness of Josh Allen. Wow. Unbelievable. As predicted here by Big Sills, Josh Allen. Hey, Senorita, who said that Josh Allen would be exposed without Stephon Diggs. What a player. Unbelievable. He is running away with the NFL's most valuable player award. How you doing? How you doing? Bang. Yes, sir. Hey, get this. Yes, sir. Okay? Yeah, Big Sills did pick Washington to win the East. I did. So I come up a little short, but you know what I did, James? I picked you to be a playoff team, too. How you doing? Thank you, brother. Appreciate you becoming a new member, all of you guys. Look at this. Here's this guy, Philly on the mat. Lamar Jackson, 4,400 passing yards. Okay? So, hey, thank you, Philly Max. Appreciate it. And here's Philly Maxi Pad. Right here. Philly Maxi Pad. Allen's ass. Josh Allen. Right now, the MVP. Slam dunk. Lamar's second. He went for 21 of 25, 290, and 5 touchdowns. 41 touchdowns he'll have this year. Man, what a year. What a year by those two elite quarterbacks. Your guy had an elite game. These guys had an elite season. We gave a Jalen Hurts jersey away today. Oh, my God. Kill me. Kill me. How you doing? Oh, yeah, baby. Look at Senorita. I have 2,000 on Josh to win the MVP. Yeah, okay. Hey, Senorita, what a bullshit artist. One more time, a bullshit artist. Yeah. Bullshit artist. This guy says I moved the goalpost. Senorita's a bullshit artist. What you doing? Look at this guy here. Look at this. Here's Marcus Badwell. Okay? This guy is a poster and a pseudo program director. Like he knows what the fuck's going on. It's like, you know, he got the hand. He's just a meanie. Silio's just a meanie. Hey, take a knee, kid. How you doing? Thank you, Philly Maxie. That's pretty dope, man. You get it. Thank you. Sills, like your Super Bowl prediction from 2 years ago might happen this year. Yeah, Bills and Eagles. 2 years removed from it, right? I had the Eagles going against the Bills, not the Chiefs. It may happen this year. Okay? It may happen this year. I got Detroit still heading to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen. Hey, how about this? Hey, Eagle fans, you don't want to see the Bucs in the playoffs, right? Yeah. Eagle fans, you don't want to see the Bucs, right? They own you. I saw somebody say you own Josh Allen. Baker Mayfield owns Jalen Hurts. Baker Mayfield owns Jalen Hurts. Owns Jalen Hurts. Here's Baker Mayfield's year, all kidding aside. I wrote Mayfield's year down in what he's doing. It's pretty incredible. Here's Baker Mayfield. He's going to throw for 4,500 yards and 40 touchdowns. They've won 4 in a row now. Bucs are scary, man. Okay? You're better. I think you got a better roster. Okay? I really do. I think you got a better roster. But Baker Mayfield, man, they got healthy, man, and they're good again. The Bucs are good again. Seals Allen is a stud. He fucked the Lions up. Man, did he ever do that. Listen, hey, James, listen to what a true elite quarterback does to a team. Okay? Hey, James, a 12-win football team. A 12-win football team. Here's what Josh Allen did. 23 of 34, 334 yards passing. Or am I wrong on that? Excuse me. 362 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Allen, 11 carries, 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's had 10 TDs in 2 weeks. Hey, by the way, Jared Goff threw for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns. How you doing? Elite. 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 Oh, man. Yeah, yeah, he did. He almost beat them single-handedly. And I will agree. I agree. Somebody in here, somebody said, hey, Sills, you really think the Bills are going any place with that defense? I don't know. Okay? Get this. So elite, they both just lost in 2 weeks. Bro, Josh Allen is the only fucking thing Buffalo has. Stop with your bullshit. Jalen Hurts is the caboose. Allen's an engine. I don't. Because he does it every week. He does it every week. So, Big Sills, the Vikings played cupcakes. Really? Do you really believe that? Let's take a look at that. So, the Vikings are in the best division in football. Okay? The Minnesota Vikings are in the best division in football, and he says they've played cupcakes. The NFC North is the best division in football. 3 teams are going to make the playoffs from the NFC North. How the fuck are they a cupcake division? That's the stupidest. Look at this. This guy's dumb. It's better than anything in the NFC East. I mean, what are you talking about? The North is the best division in the NFC. So here, let's take a look who Minnesota has actually beaten. Okay? They beat a healthy Niner team. They beat Green Bay. Here's who they played. Niners, Houston. Houston's a playoff team. They beat Green Bay, playoff team. How you doing? They lost by 2 points to the Lions. They beat Atlanta, who's a playoff contender. How you doing? Then they finish up really tough here. Seattle, Green Bay, Detroit. Wow, Minnesota's got a tough ending. Minnesota, if they win out, they deserve home field. Get this. Look at Daz. And you barely beat Carolina. How you doing? And Arizona is a playoff contender, and they're 8-6. They barely beat the Cardinals. And Daz is going like this. Hey, they barely beat the Cardinals, and you barely beat the Carolina Panthers. Okay? What are you talking about there, brother? Oh, man. Barely beat Green Bay. You barely beat Green Bay. Hey, by the way, how about this one too, Daz? Try beating Atlanta and the Bucs. I mean, you're having trouble with the NFC South? You struggled against Carolina. You lost to the Bucs and you lost to Atlanta. Not a very good year against the NFC South teams, I would think. All right, here's my takeaways again from yesterday. All right? Really a great win. Really a great win. And as I said, a year ago this week, you guys were coming off a 3-game losing streak or in the midst of a 3-game losing streak where you got beat by Seattle. It's completely changed the dynamic of how you look as a football team from a year ago. Hey, by the way, let me ask you that question. Imagine having to go against Baker and the Bucs. Not a good thing, I would think, because they've owned you and crushed you. Guys, I'll ask you this question because I asked Gary Cobb this. What do you think has been the number one difference from a year ago with the team when you guys were in a nuclear meltdown to where you are now playing way better football and you had your best performance on December 16th? What's the difference? That says Barkley and Vic. Competent coordinator, says M. Reyes. Shockingly a great take. I like this. Defense more physical this year. They are. Yeah, you're right, M. Reyes. Hey, by the way, do you like Kellen Moore now or no? Or are you guys going to flip-flop on him? I told you, he's the wrong coordinator for Hurts. But he's right for the offense. Kellen Moore's going to get an opportunity to get a head coaching job. Just off of what he did this year. Made Hurts look like a star yesterday. You can't shit on him, and then when Hurts does good, forget about him. You can't. You can't forget about him. Look at this. No, the Cowboy thing is stupid. Don't worry about that shit, man. Hey, if Kellen Moore wins you a Super Bowl, what do you care if he was a Cowboy guy? Who gives a shit? The players don't even care about that, really. Now, look, if you're like Brandon Graham, you care about that. But if you're a young player, you don't give a shit about that stuff. Players don't care about that. Players care who pays you. They don't care where they play. They care who pays you. Ask Gardner Johnson. All of a sudden now Gardner Johnson's a gigantic Eagle fan again. And last year he was a Lion fan. Now he's an Eagle fan again. Okay, yeah, sure. All right, guy. I don't believe you, but okay. Sure. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Can you admit that Micah is a great player? I think Micah does what Micah wants to do, 304. Here's my assessment one more time of him. Let me ask you something. Micah, or 304, how old are you? Tell me how old you are, because I want to ask you a question. How old are you? I'm going to write some names down. $304, how old are you, brother? Around. You don't have to give the exact where you are. Okay? Because this is context here. Okay. You're 27. Okay, this is a little, this question then. Mike is not better than Charles Haley. Some of you guys in here can tell him he's not better than Charles Haley. Charles Haley was a difference maker everywhere he went. He won 2 Super Bowls in San Francisco. San Francisco never won Super Bowls again. He went to Dallas and won 3. Okay? And he's been your best pass rusher in the last 30 years. Okay? Charles Haley is a Pro Football Hall of Famer too. Just to keep everything with clarity here. And let me give you like some context when it came to sacks that he had. When he got to Dallas, he had 13, and then he had 11, and he was a complete difference maker. He ended up with 100 sacks in his entire career, 5 Super Bowl rings. I look at Micah Parsons. Micah doesn't want to play the run. He's not a complete ball player. He picks and chooses his moments. Okay? I mean, he picks and chooses. I don't think he has how about this? 304. I think Jalen Carter has more of an upside on being a player that you would be a Hall of Fame type player that you would consider being an all-around player than I would Micah Parsons. I think Parsons is terrible against the run. I think they're moving him around more. Do I think he's a good football player? I absolutely do. I think he's a really good player. Have you been watching? He plays the run well. So how could you play the run well when you're the worst run defense in pro football? Explain that one to me. See, when people say that, Mozzie Smith and Micah Parsons have been playing really pretty good defense this year and really good against the run. Well, how can you say that when you're talking about total defense? The Cowboys are 26th. And rush defense, the Dallas Cowboys, if I'm not mistaken, the Cowboys are 30th. So he plays the run well? How can he play the run well when he's on the 30th worst run defense? I mean, what are you watching? Is he a great pass rusher? Yes. Is he a great run stopper? No. Both him and Smith are saying that the guys have picked up their game and they look a little better. And I'm like, how can you say that when you're on the 30th ranked rush defense? You know what? You can actually, if you're an Eagle fan, you can give Jordan Davis a pass by doing this. Dude, he doesn't have a lot of tackles or anything. Yeah, but the rush defense is in the top 10. Well, okay. Davis has an argument. Smith doesn't. Okay? The Eagles right now in rush defense, especially with what they just did to the Steelers, are probably going to move back into the top 5. Jordan Davis could go like this. Well, all right, I don't have a ton of tackles. We are 5th in rush defense, and that's what you guys put me in on first and second down. So, I mean, you have an argument. Parsons, in my opinion, is a really good pass rusher. He's not a complete ball player. I just don't see it. Okay? I don't. And would I want him on the Eagles? No, because I don't want to pay that much. I don't want to pay $35 million for that. I'm not. It's too much for not everything I need. And I don't think he would fit in Vic Fangio's scheme. Vic wants people who are going to play in space and tackle. Dude, hey, is this fair to say? I don't know. Who's had a better season? Zach Bond? I know they're 2 different positions, and they move Parsons around. Who's had a better year, Zach Bond or Micah Parsons? I think Zach Bond's had a better year. When I watch Zach Bond in a game, that fucker's in space, and he makes plays. Holy shit. I mean, he runs to the ball. Your boy doesn't. Your boy doesn't run to the ball like that guy. I don't know, man. Look, I think he's a more talented kid. I do. But I don't know, man. let me finish this thing up here, because we did this at the top of the show. Hey, by the way, Cowboys are going to – hey, well, I'll ask you this, 304. Are you really going to pay Michael Parsons $35, $40 million to play sometimes when he wants? I mean, I'm not paying that for that guy. I mean, I'm not doing it. Hey, Sills, would you pay Bond $15 million if you're Howie? Here. Here are my top 10. Here are my top 10 free agents for 2025. How many Eagles are in here? I got number 1, T. Higgins from the Bengals. Number 2, DJ Reed, the Jets, cornerback, is my second guy. Number 3, I got Trey Smith, Kansas City, offensive guard. These are guys that are going to get big money. Number 4, I got Sam Darnold, Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers. Number 5, Javon Holland, Miami, safety. Number 6, I got Ronnie Staley. I can't believe he's a free agent in Baltimore. Hasn't inked that guy down yet. I cannot believe that. Offensive tackle. Shavarius Ward, San Francisco, cornerback, 7. I got Chris Godwin, 8, Tampa Bay, wide receiver. At 9, I've got Khalil Mack, Chargers, OLB. And number 10, I got Zach Bond. I think Zach Bond is in the top 10. By the way, Josh Sweat is probably right around there too with 10, 11. Josh Sweat and Zach Bond are going to get fucking huge money in the open market. Now, Sweat might not because of the history of his knee. Bond will. Dude, if someone's going to overpay for him, and someone in the NFC will overpay for him, and you know who that might be? Dallas. Okay? Dallas. All right. Guys, don't forget tonight, great Monday Night Football game, Minnesota versus the Chicago Bears. Eagle fans, you should watch this game tonight. Keep an eye on Minnesota because Minnesota has a chance to be in that threesome with 12 wins. We've teamed up with our friends at BetUS. Make sure you check them out for tonight's contest with the YouTube 150. That's right, 150% sign-up bonus up to $2K. You also get a chance, 125% in your second and third sign-up bonuses up to $2K. Go to betus.com.pa. That's betus.com.pa. Fastest payouts in the business, 24/7 personalized service, 365 days of the year, live wagering on all major games. It is the home of Michael Vick. That is betus.com.pa, betus.com.pa. Tell them Big Sil sent you.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The following is a real testimonial from the father of a young injured victim.
I didn't think she was going to make it.
Major Perry's daughter was the victim of a horrific accident caused by someone else's negligence.
If you don't find the right counselor, law firm that you're looking for, you will get lost in the wilderness.
Badly injured? Call the Fritz and Bianculli Law Firm at 215-458-2222 and find out why they say, "We got this."
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong as the #1 health insurer in the region. No IBX is always looking out for you.
We noticed that there was mold creeping into our basement about a year and a half ago, and wanted to make sure that we were getting rid of the problem permanently. We actually reached out to several different contractors to get it resolved, and actually 2 of them recommended DryTech to us as a long-term solution. Other than the noise factor, we wouldn't even know that there was work being done on the basement level. It's really been a clean process for us.
Score and save this football season on your car insurance. Before the next game, save up to 40% on your auto insurance policy. That's right, 40% savings. Call an audible this season and contact the Del Val Insurance Group. They're an advocate for you, not an insurance company. That means they'll get you the right coverage and save you up to 40%. Call managing partners Fran or Jim of Del Val Insurance, 215-354-0122, or score and save at dvigi.com. dvigi.com.
EAGLES, Eagles.
Four more to 540 likes. What a way to end an iconic day here on the National Football Show with Big Sills here on JAKIB. We go over 50K in subscribers. We gave away a Jalen Hurts jersey to try to shut Big Sills up, which will never. Passing games back. I know. I got it. Yeah, right. Get your Super Bowl tickets. I know. I got it. All right. Yeah. All right. But real cool, man. Every Monday now, we're going to be giving during the holidays some Eagle merch. And hey, guys, let me know when we get to 540 likes. That would really be dope if we can end the show here with 540 likes. That would be great. Sill smokes crack during breaks. I'm here for it. Yeah. You know what Big Sill smokes? Reality. That's what I smoke. How you doing? 541. There you go. Look at this, man. I wanted 550, but 541 is killer, and we can't thank you guys enough. All right. Chicago versus Minnesota tonight. I got Minnesota tonight. I think that the Bears right now, I think Caleb Williams has had a pretty decent year. But Sam Darnold, what a quarterback. What a quarterback. Has played great. Listen to me good. All year. Not for 60 minutes. All year. So Minnesota's going to go 12-2. And you're going to have 3 teams sitting at 12-2 in the NFC. That's pretty cool, man. Because if you look over at the AFC right now, it's really a two-headed monster between Buffalo and Kansas City. Kansas City's got the better record, but Buffalo's already beaten them. But we know how that works out once they get into the postseason. Hey, Marcus, thank you very much, man. Great reminder before we get out. Congratulations to Travis Hunter on winning the Heisman Trophy. I did vote for him, and he just was named the Associated Press Player of the Year. I think he's the number one player in the draft. I mean, if I'm the number one team I don't look at any of those quarterbacks and go, I'm taking him over Travis Hunter. Absolutely not happening. So we got Minnesota tonight. Guys, thank you. All the new members checking us out here. Gigantic show today. Don't forget, each and every single Monday at 3:30 Eastern time, we'll be giving away Eagle merchandise. We appreciate it. Marcus Hayes will be on with us tomorrow. We will talk with him from the Philadelphia Inquirer, what he sees and how this football team looks to him right now. We have Phil Simms. That's right around the corner, too. We're picking a date. By the way, Mark Cuban may be coming on this week with our friend John Morgan. That will be this week. Got a big week lined up. Hit that like button. Big Z, Big Joe, thank you. 2 to 6 tomorrow. We'll see you on the flip side.